Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Yes. Welcome. Should I be taking the reins here, I guess?
Hey, you're
Christian,
the
do you want to?
man,
The
dude. I
rain.
mean, we could the rainies. We can both talk, but you can start.
I'm gonna be talking a lot in the beginning here.
Pine
But
Island,
welcome.
baby.
Yes, welcome everyone to a special one-shot stream where we are playing a game we made.
That's right, because
What?
it's not enough for us to do all the shit we have to do to actually stream the game. We need to
Right.
make one too.
Yeah. Listen, the weekly work
The
is one thing.
talent exudes from you guys like a aura of
Well,
spice.
yeah, I don't know about that.
Spicy
But
musk.
Spicy musk.
a musk.
And chamomile.
Which one of us is musky? Which one of us is chamomile? Like,
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Christian and I, as if you follow us, if you listen to our podcasts, you know this more than if you just come and check out our streams or watch us on YouTube. Christian and I have gone beyond the typical nerdiness of people who play games like D&D on the internet, and we've decided to start making our own games. We've got a few in the pipeline, but this is the first one we have finished because there's a deadline. We made this game called Pine Island for DriveThruRPG's Pocket Quest Jam, Game Jam, which is, basically they give a theme, they give some rough recommendations for length and things like that of a game, and they accept submissions. So presumably, if next month, I think are they
It's
all
August.
going?
I think they all have to go live August 1st.
Yeah, they go live August 1st. So if you're on DriveThruRPG in August, you might see a bunch of Pocket Quest games, and ours will be on there. Yeah, so it was just one of those things where it was like 20 pages. What can you do? What can you make? It's summer camp themed. So Christian and I were like, let's do it.
Can I also give a quick shout out to the idea we were doing another creation of a short RPG, and we kind of collectively came up with the idea of like a smut reality TV RPG, and I'm pretty excited for that. We haven't really hammered out anything just yet, but it's in the works, and it's going to be beautiful.
So that was, what's funny is actually Christian and I are slowly corrupting all the other members of DMs After Dark. Troy pitched the idea of there should be a reality TV show RPG, so we're gonna goof around on that. Sara actually, way back,
the string theory,
with the
did make a joke about the string theory.
Red String conspiracy
please.
board. That's still somewhere. We still got some working stuff on that. But yeah, so I mean, not only do we like streaming lesser known indie RPG games from smaller designers,
we make our own lesser known indie games by smaller designers.
We're doing it ourselves.
Yeah,
we're the designers now. And when I don't mean me.
So I guess really a few things we should talk about Pine Island is the concept. It is summer camp. We made a remote summer camp out in the wilderness that is designed to get kids away from screens and Wi-Fi and phones and video games and everything like that, which summer camps should be like.
I send my kids.
Yeah, but this one is specifically like insanely remote.
like I think I specifically said in the book, it's like you either fly in or it's like 40 miles of back dirt logging roads to get there. It is out there.
Isolation.
Take my visa.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about the camp in a bit. I guess mechanically, if you listen to our podcast, we dropped a modified roles this morning about resolution mechanics and how they make a game feel and why that's important for how a game plays. We decided to use an existing system called Caltrop Core for Pine Island, which is a D4 dice pool game by Lex Kim Bobrow. I hope I pronounced that right. You can find Caltrop Core a lot, like on itch.io. They have Caltrop Core jams regularly to make games with these D4s. So go check that out. It's really, really cool. Really simple system. So
really just wanted to add, as someone who hasn't like done this system before and just read through what you guys had, it's a super intuitive system. It's simple, but it leaves a lot of opportunity both for like chance and really cool, like great moments, and also bad failures. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the system that Blades in the Dark runs off of a little
Yes.
bit. You have, like,
Yes.
successes with complications, failures with partial successes.
Yep.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and exactly. And it's a
fun.
dice pool with D4s instead of D6s, like Forged in the Dark. So yeah, there's some overlays. And the nice thing about Caltrop Core is that you can get kind of crazy with it if you wanted to make classes that have certain features for D4s and stuff like that. We kept it very, very simple, as you will see shortly. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is, actually, you know what? We'll get to that later. Should we just start talking about summer camp, guys?
Yeah,
Let's
do it.
I'm so
Hey,
excited.
real quick, guys. So I don't know if any of you know this, but for the viewers watching, I was actually a summer camp counselor for the YMCA for
I was
1
too.
year. For 1 year, one summer. And I, 1 week, dressed up as the Statue of Liberty, which I have photographic evidence of this. And I was Sporty Spice for a Spice Girls choreographed rendition. Also have evidence of this. So perhaps I will post those things. They were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Share that on the Facey page.
For the record, Sporty Spice was my favorite spice. So high five, Troy. I actually recently made a joke about Spice World, and I was like, I kind of want to watch Spice World and see if it holds up. Because we made it was a Dune joke.
It was like the weird prequel to Dune. That was
yeah.
Spice World.
Yeah, you watch all the movies about Spice, and it's Dune from the 80s, Dune from now, and then Spice World.
Spice World.
It's a really weird trilogy. But anyway, I was going to say so. I was also a summer camp counselor for I think 2 or 3 summers, like in undergrad and high school to undergrad. It was like my summer job for our hometown, and I did not do any fun, cool, crazy things. I was mostly just a camp counselor who was like, "You kids want to go play soccer? I'm going to kick the ball at you," and like that was my kind of camp counseling. It was fun.
Pastor MVN says it does not hold up. Spice World.
Yeah, I'm sure it does not. Okay, so I'm actually going to kind of go through our 20 pages of game because it's very short and simple.
That sounds ominous and foreboding, but go ahead.
Pine Island as a game, we're hoping to provide a game that allows you to do summer camp gone wrong, summer camp horror, right? These kids go to this isolated camp thinking that it's going to be all wonderful nature and learning about the environment and learning about survival skills and all of this stuff. But something is going to go wrong in any game of Pine Island. Sessions, it can be a one-shot game, very easy to do as a one-shot. It can do a short series, 3 or 4 episodes, kind of like we do on our streams. But basically, the story you tell is what we're calling summers. So like every summer, you get like once per summer abilities. Stories like Lord of the Flies or, Butterfly Revolution. So like you could do Kid Camp Takeover and make it really lighthearted and fun, or that can be very terrifying, right? Like something takes the counselors and these kids have to survive. So one of the things I want to talk about is we borrowed from a safety toolbox, role-playing game safety toolbox called Script Change. And I want to ask the 3 of you as players, what kind of movie rating would you guys want to play tonight? Something like a G-rated movie would be very family friendly. You guys will probably not get that hurt. You certainly won't die. And the danger will be very off-screen and or, cartoony, all the way up to R, which is like terrifying and
like
murder
Jason
on the table.
Yeah.
Slasher movie kind of embrace the terror of isolation.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What era does this game take place in? Is this current modern day? Is it the 70s, 80s? Because like Grease was PG back in the day. That is not a PG movie according to today's standards.
We're doing movie ratings now, and
Troy's just asking that because he himself is in the 70s right now with his soft focus camera and his porn stash.
Yeah, I mean, listen, your movie role in the 70s is a lot different than... Oh, goodness.
Oh,
You got sick synth music in here, Christian.
Here I am. This
You will find good synth music. I know you will.
Sarah, every time I run a game, I'm just too easygoing and go with the flow that I let things get incredibly out of control, and then I just go, why did I do this?
That's it. That's going to be my last Troy has a 70s porn stash comment. I promise.
So Troy, it takes place in modern
that's
day.
your first reference on camera since we've been live streaming. So
Yes.
just saying.
Modern day, Troy.
So I was thinking leaning towards PG-13 towards R if we drifted a little.
Yes.
But seeing as we are playing children,
We do actually. I'll get into this.
So like,
we do have a rule for if you're playing like the youngest of kids. They kind of have a buffer to the worst of consequences.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm fine with like a PG-13 to R. Like, you know,
Blair Witch levels of like
in the middle levels of horror. Like,
Blair
you know, it
Witch,
doesn't have to
that's
be a
perfect.
slasher flick with like, you know, people dying.
one level below, at least one level below Christian's Call of Cthulhu game that we played as DMs After Dark, the first game that we played, because that was a little with the babies and the vipers and the rapey tree people.
Listen,
thank you, Lynn.
One step below that.
I was just gonna say, Lynn, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. That is 5 months. That is like
Bezos
most of the time we've
So
been
now,
here.
and so quick story
Thank
now.
you for reminding me to subscribe.
Jeff Bezos,
Lynn.
I'm just going to say something. Maybe you haven't seen this on the news. Jeff Bezos built a $500 million sailboat, okay? It's the tallest, second biggest sailboat in the world. He built it in Amsterdam, I think. But anyway, there's this like historic Dutch bridge that he would have to sail past. And this ship is too tall to get past it. So he was like, hey, you need to dismantle this bridge. I need to get my super rich guy yacht past you. And they were like, fuck you. This is a historic bridge. We're not taking it apart. So, Jeff Bezos spent $500 million on a yacht that he can't sail anywhere. Point being, his money is much better used by us than him, clearly. So please subscribe with Bezos bucks.
2, related. Look up Jeff Bezos Space Mountain. If you haven't seen that fucking picture, my coworker showed it to me today. It is the funniest goddamn thing. It is the entire Space Mountain car with just Jeff Bezos in it, and he looks really sad.
that's great.
It's really funny. Just trust me. But anyway, we're
That's
done
funny.
talking about fuckwad.
Yeah, fuck
yes.
yeah.
All right, so we're going with a PG-13 rating. That's great. That's easy. That's an easy thing to balance. You know, it tells me don't go crazy with my consequences, but I can do a lot with that. And I also don't have to worry about if I'm going too far. However, in continuing with the safety tools kind of thing here, are there any kind of like horror tropes that you three particularly do not like that you want me to avoid?
I'm pretty okay with stuff generally.
So there was something that I kind of sort of wanted to incorporate if you can, and it's more of an atmosphere.
Okay.
So have you ever seen the movie? I believe it's called The Hunt. It's got Anthony Hopkins and
Alec Baldwin.
Not Ben Affleck.
Alec Baldwin.
Not Ben Affleck. What the hell? Alec
Is it
Baldwin. Thank you.
It's called The
Have
Edge.
you guys seen that movie?
I fucking love that movie.
Edge.
Dude, I thought of that movie as one of the prompts for
Let's
this. I love that movie.
incorporate sprinkles of that, please. It's a great movie, man. Like the suspense and the survival aspect of it, and the hunter, the prey versus the hunter, and I love that movie.
If you haven't seen The Edge, like totally go and watch it. It's a great movie.
Yes, it's so good. It came out in like the 80s or something.
I think it was the 90s maybe sometime. But like mid
90s.
90s. Yeah, but it was good. Yeah, really good.
It was a really good movie though, and Anthony Hopkins is my favorite actor, so I'm a little biased, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's basically basic plot line. It's just Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin being chased through Alaska by a fucking bear. Yeah, that's it. It's awesome.
All right. Well, so we do have in our, if you check out Pine Island when it comes out, we do include 10 prompts at the end of like different kinds of ways that horror can be introduced to the summer camp. Natural disaster or animals going wild are on there. I don't know how much I will do my best to do something like that with the prompt that we are playing tonight, but as an introductory kind of just session to put out there so people can see what this game is like. I kind of am going with one that is first and foremost when we were writing the game. All right, so Yeah, if at any time,
And
though,
this is
anything
an
goes wrong-
interesting. The interesting thing about your prompt, which I think you should say something
Anonymous
about.
Oh.
gifter, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you very much.
For
Wow.
gifting 2 tier 1 subs, one to Otter Poet and one to Rene.
Thank you.
So Otter Poet and
I
Rene,
support
enjoy
us.
your emote, and Anonymous, whoever you are, thank you so much for,
Thank
for
you.
supporting us.
So
That's really
I just
appreciated.
before we go any further, actually, I really think Rainey, you should talk about tonight's prompt and where it came from because it's a really cool story.
Oh yes,
And you
So-
should plug Lynn for it.
Yes. So actually, my wife Lynn grew up glamping, not tent camping, not roughing it, not going camping, but her and her family had a camper, and they would go to a campground every summer and spend time there. And when I told her we were making this game, she reminded me of one of the stories that she experienced growing up at the campground. She was actually going to play in this session with us, but we play in the same room and audio was just a nightmare to try and figure out. But shout out to my wife Lynn, who gave me the idea for this prompt. And it is a ghost story she experienced at camp when she was much younger. She experienced a little girl in the woods who she swore she saw this little girl, and she was carrying this old-timey lantern, and she was looking for something. And I'm not going to give too much away, but she was just kind of wandering the woods. But when she told people that this happened to her, other people at the camp who had no reason to just hop in and say yes or no, were like, I've experienced something very similar, or I've heard somebody say like almost an exact same story to you as this. So it's like this, it's this local ghost story that I'm just going to turn into an RPG prompt for you guys to play through.
Also, Troy, I see you in the chats. Thank you for gifting a sub and supporting us. And Pastor MVN, enjoy your sub and the little one baby emote that comes with it. I swear I'll figure out more soon.
Let's
just
give some subs, boys.
Yeah. Bezos, thank you. Well, not thank you, Bezos, but
that one's thank you, Troy.
Yeah,
Thank you, Troy.
All right, so we're gonna sit down and we're going to.
Right back. I'm so sorry.
What's
She's gonna
so
be back.
should we talk about the mechanics of the game first, like Caltrop Core in general, before we do? Yeah, Sarah's
just
gone,
kind of like a quick overview, I think, because
Yep.
sometimes some of that stuff will come up as we play too. So just like a real quick.
So Caltrop Core is all D4s. It is a D4 pool system where basically, anytime you say I want to blank, you're gonna have to roll to determine if you succeed or not. It works like a lot of dice pool systems, where you get a certain number of dice and then you use the highest result from those dice to determine your level of success or failure. So if the highest result you roll is a 1, oh no, bad. You failed, things get worse. If you get a 2, it's a partial success. You don't get what you want. Things don't change a lot, but if you're in the fiction, you can manipulate things around a little bit and ramp up tension. If you get a 3 as your highest result, you get what you want, but there is a complication. And then a 4 is an absolute success. You get what you want and more. We have a slight variation on it where if you roll 2 or more 4s on a given roll, that's a critical success. When this happens, you get what you want and more as normal, but also you get to choose one of the following effects. You or an ally get +1 die to their next roll. Add a die back to the teamwork pool, which is a mechanic we're using to help one another, or remove a damage from your health pool or a -1 affecting your stats. So it's basically a way for you to like regain some momentum or shrug off some injury or harm. In our version of Caltrop Core for Pine Island, each camper is going to have 4 stats: power, speed, brains, and weird. Thinking of like kids, right? Like if you're like anywhere from 7 to 18 and whatever, how strong you are is important. As in some ways as a kid, you could be the powerhouse, the power hitter on your baseball team or what have you. You can just be a strong kid. Yeah, like Troy. You could be a speedster. You could be that little quick, dexterous kid who's always like doing flips off of benches or whatever. You could be the smart kid like me. I was a little nerd who sucked at a lot, but I was smart.
Still smart, still a nerd.
Yeah, actually, it hasn't changed at all.
With the powerhouses, fast forward 10 years and you have a bad back.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Oh, poor Troy. No,
That's really for me and my spells, though, Troy. Because I'm.
You know what's
fine.
funny? You know what's funny about that though is Troy's really showing his build here in our Caltrop Core game because his brains go, "It's okay, dude. Go back to the gym and work it out harder so that it's stronger and you don't get hurt." Sorry, but
Gifting Rene a sub.
yeah. We and then lastly, the last stat is weird, a measure of your eccentricities, your weird knowledge, peculiar hobbies, and all things gross. Because there are kids who are like that. Yeah, there's Christian raising his hand. And then the rest we can kind of talk about as we create characters and do this thing. So let's do this thing.
Let's make some characters.
Do this.
Yeah, let's make some campers. All right, so camper creation. And we will talk about when you arrive on Pine Island in a minute, but we are going to make these characters first. So the first thing you're going to do is determine your character's age. There are 4 categories. There's the fledglings, there's the little kids. They're like 7 to 8 or 9-ish, right? Like really young kids. There are foundlings, which is the majority of camp, like the 9, 10, 12-year-olds, you know what I mean? Like that kind of bulk area. There are futures, which are the teenagers, 13 to 17. And then you can play a counselor, which are like 18 plus or young adults or adults or what have you. If you
Just
want.
one dude who's 50.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it if you want. We made it a thing that you can do, which I think is totally viable and makes sense in some stories.
Because you can also definitely run this as a game with where all characters are counselors.
Yeah, that'd actually be a really interesting way to do this, right? That would be an interesting game because then if you do all counselors and R-rated, it's like how many kids are you going to lose?
Gonna say,
you know what I mean?
or if any of you are fans of the recently released video game The Quarry, it takes place at a summer camp where everyone is counselors, and it's the day after the kids leave and shit goes down.
Yeah. I actually started watching a playthrough of that because you recommended it. And I was like, oh, okay, I see this. Yeah,
it's fucking wild. I love it.
Yeah.
It's from the folks that made Until Dawn, which is also a fucking superb game. So if you like that, look at The Quarry.
Yeah. Okay, so do any of you have immediate the Otter Poet says play the janitor who's lived there since day one.
The younger brother of the camp owner.
Yeah. No, like they have like a secret room that no one knows about kind of thing. Yeah.
But they always end up being the one that comes in at the last minute to save the day. They're
of
like
course,
weird and creepy, but they end up being like the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we do a quick poll for the audience that's watching us?
What do you want to ask them?
What's the poll?
I know I mentioned in the chat earlier that I just recently acquired 6 varieties of mead. And mead is something that is near and dear to the tabletop role players' heart.
Where did this come from?
You think like Renaissance fairs, mead, yes. So we got raspberry, blackberry, rhubarb, apple, strawberry.
Are you just asking people what to drink?
Pear, mead.
Just grab yourself a drink, Troy. We're trying.
But there's too many options.
Raspberry.
Fine.
Yeah, get the weird rhubarb one.
The rhubarb sounds pretty good.
Party.
All right, I'm going for it.
Bill
Sorry.
Murray from Caddyshack is exactly. Did he say hair? Yeah, get the hair mead.
But anyway, yes, I have character concept and
okay,
I do too.
You were getting into that, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about first things first. What age are your characters?
I am playing a 13-year-old.
A 13-year-old. Okay.
Just barely a future.
Yeah. We'll get over this. Have you been to camp a few times? This is
like her 4th year at camp probably.
Okay.
So she's been going for since she was 9.
Okay. Yeah. So you're a veteran of. Oh.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So you're a veteran of the system here at Camp Pine Island.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. We always want to say have you been coming? Have you been here before, etc. And if every summer something goes wrong, these kids would never come back.
No, this is the first summer something goes wrong.
Yeah, this is the first summer something's going to go wrong. Okay, so we have a 13-year-old, which is Sarah's character. So you are going to be a future.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Christian and or Troy.
I'll go next. I am actually going to be a future two. I'm going to play a 13-year-old too.
Okay, two 13-year-olds,
Yep.
Probably in, like, the
veteran
same
of
class
camp
at school
or
or whatever.
Yeah. No, I don't think we would know each other outside of camp, actually.
Yeah.
But because my character comes from the wrong side of the tracks. So we talked about part of the game what we have in here is like kind of who the campers are. And it's sort of an exclusive camp. So it's this weird combination of like rich kids whose parents sent them off into the woods to get them off their iPads and iPhones, and like poor kids who got trucked in there, flown in based upon some program. I'm going to be one of the poor kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then Troy, your character is going to be younger, right? Than 13, or are you also going to be 13?
Yes, your boy W.B. Mason,
Oh my
Walter
God.
Brooks Mason, is going to be 11. So he
Okay.
is, yep, he's a fledgling. No, I'm sorry, he's not a fledgling. He's a founder.
He's a foundling.
It's a foundling.
Foundling.
Okay.
Yep. His parents are both, his mother works for the U.S. Embassy, and his father is in the Green Beret. So this kid is a little genius, and he speaks 4 languages. Super nerd, a little weird, doesn't have a good family life because his parents are always traveling and all this stuff. So he's, a little awkward around social environments, but super smart
and probably
like
a survivalist,
hunting.
right? Yeah.
Yes, likes trapping and whittling sticks and fishing and
So
all that
he's
good
he's a
stuff.
scout.
So
He's here for the scout side of things.
dude, he's the kid that has the scanner at home and listens to the scanner. He's a scanner kid.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
C. Dude, I had a CB radio when I was a kid, and I was just like, "Who's talking about what? Truckers? Hey."
Yeah.
Anyway,
Exactly. That's him.
I
That's
probably
him.
messed with some shipping lanes or whatever.
Except he also speaks 4 languages, so it's fine.
Not me. Okay,
Not
so now that we have your ages settled, we're going to talk about the stats. We talked about how each character has 4 stats. There's power, there's speed, there's brains, and there's weird. Each of those start at 1. And then you get to add 3 points to them however you want. Now, those of you who are, so Troy, you are a foundling. You get a free +1 to any one of your pools because kids at this age are like really sponges, right?
Speed.
Okay, so you're gonna add +1 to speed. So you have 2 in your speed pool and 1 in everything else, and you can add 3 more points however you want. Futures,
Or
you can
smart.
add. Okay.
Just a fucking super genius.
Well, 3 is the max you can be.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So 3 smart, 3 smart, 3 speed. Let's go for it. Fucking fast and smart.
Okay. Yeah, you can't do that by the way that this is built. You'd have 3 speed. Sorry, I thought you said weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
3 smart, 3 speed.
Yeah, you're good. All right. So that would mean cool. The futures, you get a free +1 to either power or brains. Most teenagers don't embrace the weird. Some do, which is fine. But they're growing, so they're either powerful or smart or weird or what have you. So let's see. So you guys can do that. Figure out your stats to a max of 3. And then let's see here. Oh man, I went over character creation last night with my wife, so I was like, okay, I can do this. You each get an ability based on your ages. Troy, you are a foundling. All foundlings get the ability Young Expert. Once per summer, you can treat any result of a 3 from either of your highest stats as though it was a 4. So,
Nice.
So if you roll a 3 as your highest result for brains or speed, you can go, I'm going to use my once per summer ability, make that a 4. Futures, you have an ability that I really like called Fine. Because teenagers don't like being not cool all the time. So once per summer, a future can reroll all dice on any roll that uses their lowest stat. You can roll as many dice as you want over, as long as you're rolling for your worst stat, because fine, I'm better at this than I put on. Try to be cool.
Hell yeah.
All right. So that is stats and abilities. Let's see. We could do. What should we do next, Christian? Should we go over the goals for the summer, or should we go?
Well, let's talk about this how we built everybody built their characters. I think like their stats.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go over everybody's character. I was just trying to make sure that we hit on everything before we started.
Yeah, well, we'll just do it step by step. So, I mean, I'll just talk a little bit of my mind. So, like I had said, I wanted to play the poor kind of athlete kid. He's a standout athlete. He's from the long side, the poor side of town. He's here really on a program. He's a football player. He's fast. So he's probably like maybe a running back or a wide receiver on his team. I'm picturing more of a wide receiver because he's probably like skinny.
Most kids in high school play offense and defense, so you're probably just like.
So he's a cornerback too. Receiver, cornerback. There you go.
Yeah.
Chet, because I looked up a list of douchiest guy names, and I chose Chet.
Listen, all of our fans who are named Chet, we love you.
Yes, the one that's out there.
Also, it's not your fault.
Here's the one. Oh, I was about to make a reference that was really going to show my age. Never mind.
Wait, did it come out last year?
It never stops me. Go for it, Sarah.
No.
Was it Lord of the Rings, and have you not seen it?
I have not seen Lord of the Rings. We know this. We've established this.
Go ahead, Sarah. What's your rank?
I know.
The one cool Chet that I've ever known is the mouse Chet from the show Fetch with Ruff Ruffman. And if that shows that I am a fucking child.
I have no idea what you just said. Literally, that was a different language.
Children's game show.
That I watched children, and I don't know what you said.
Okay. So
we got
anyway,
Chet the Jet.
Sarah is 12, and we have Chet the Jet.
Chet the Jet.
So Chet's fast. So you automatically start with 1 in everything. So I immediately, and you get 3 dice you can put wherever you want. So I put 2 in speed, so I have the max of 3 in speed. I put 1 in weird, and I took my bonus +1 to power. So Chet is strong and fast, kind of dumb, and a little bit weird.
Very dumb.
So you go 2 power, 1 brains,
3 speed, 2 weird.
2 weird. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I decided that the weird is that he's an anime fan.
Nice.
Of course.
So you
Secretly.
said he's what?
Secretly, he's an anime fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An anime fan.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
But I feel like
Naruto.
Chet's like the high Q
he's-
and like he's a
so
sports
fast.
anime fan.
Sports anime.
He's a sports anime kid.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine.
Yeah. I love
The
sports
high
anime.
Prince like Naruto.
It's so good.
Oh.
He Naruto runs.
Yes. Go long.
On the football field, just Naruto running.
Yes, he does. That's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Aerodynamics, duh.
All right, let's go with Sarah next. Sarah, tell us about your 13-year-old future.
My character.
Oh.
Her name is.
Oh.
Fuck. Oh no.
Nope, you're good.
Are we here?
Whoop,
What's your name?
We can hear you a little bit.
Hey. It said my internet's unstable, so we'll see what the fuck happens now.
Oh boy.
Oh.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Characters.
Nope. All right.
It's not.
Nope. Do you want me to go, Sarah?
Yeah, why don't you go
take it
grab
up, take
Sarah
it
when she
away.
comes back.
Troy.
Okay.
So we got
All right.
Walter Brooks Mason, the 11-year-old foundling, son of a Green
Fucking
Beret.
WB Mason.
We got your background a little bit. Your stats you went 1-3-3-1, right?
Yes. 1
1
3
power.
3 1.
Okay. 3 brains, 3 speed, 1 weird. Which I feel like is low for WB.
Well, I was just going to say this, actually. I think this is an interesting stat and an interesting mechanic, especially in a setting where you're working with kids and teenagers.
Mhm.
Is weird is a very subjective thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, depending on what clique you hang out in, weird might be, you might be super weird, but in your clique, it's normal, right?
Right.
Or in my character's case, given his upbringing, listening to a scanner and liking to do fishing and hunting and trapping and stuff, like, that's all normal. He wants to be like his dad, right? So,
Yeah, but we're talking
regular
conventionally.
kids, probably not.
Conventionally speaking, in like, pop culture, WB is
Sure.
weird. WB
He
is
is
a
weird.
weird kid.
Do you think I should go 1 2 3 2?
No.
think that would
Build
be-
your character as you see fit, because honestly, weird in this game, I mean, it might have to do with things that are supernatural. It might have to do with things that are just gross and like not things that are practical. Like WB's brain would go, no, this is the analytical, or like this is the survival stuff I gotta know. This is the languages stuff I gotta know. Like, it makes sense. Like he's eccentric, but he's not necessarily obsessed with weird things. You know what I mean?
Perfect. I like that. Yeah, we'll stick with 1331.
Yeah. He's
I'm a man of extremes. Hashtag Team Chaos.
Yes. Okay.
Am I back?
You're back.
We're back.
Yes,
Am
you
I
are.
okay?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
You're amazing.
My dude. All right, cool. Sick. So my character is called Belladonna. She'll insist to you it's her name. It's not. Her name is Isabella Carey. She is the only child of two relatively well-known visual artists.
Okay.
So she's one of the rich kids, but she comes from just this eccentric, bizarro family, and they keep sending her to camp to try and get her to like find herself. But Bella is a weird kid because Bella's a goth. And
Nice.
Bella is super into tarot, and she always carries her tarot deck with her. It's the one contraband she always sneaks into camp every year. And she routinely does readings for like even the fucking 7-year-olds if they want them.
Okay.
She'll like soften it up for the kids, but so her
That's awesome.
stats are power 1, speed 2, brains 2, weird 3.
Okay. So 1, 2, 2, 3.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
The weird one.
You know what?
Anyway, you got.
In honor of our resolution mechanics modified rolls that came out this morning and Sarah's love of tarot, you know what? I think, screw the system. We're gonna play cards tonight, Christian.
No, I'll shut this
gonna-
fucking right down right now.
Oh my god!
I'll just
I knew
stop
this was gonna
broadcasting.
happen.
All right.
I wasn't even there for the episode, and I heard about this tip. Fucking.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Same.
Man. We're just gonna play with,
So
we're just gonna play
good.
with cards.
Just, you know what?
Just gonna play some cards tonight. Let me just shuffle them
Who
up.
didn't
Right, they
think
get
of
that.
Yeah, this is
Joker.
like
Silly
the
goose.
screen just goes black.
If you're not sure what we're talking about, we talked about cards as a resolution mechanic. Christian does not like that because he does not like shuffling cards. He does not like dealing with cards.
I don't have a logical reason for not liking them. I just don't like them.
And so
They're a pain.
I just defended them as a valid method of storytelling engine. And but I get a little heated when I debate. So
It's all good.
For all the Magic the Gathering fans out there, Sarah, I know you're one. You can ask Rene. I have some cards that are worth a lot of fucking money, and none of them are sleeved. And I
it drives me nuts.
shuffle them.
Yep. Yeah, it's bad. Like it hurt me.
It'd be a shame if this $60 Ulamog got bridge shuffled, not in sleeves.
Dude, that's not even close to your most valuable card. Like you have so many old
I know. I
set cards.
I
that
just
are
gave my friend a
destroyed.
Wheel of Fortune, bro. I just
Yeah.
gave my friend a Wheel of Fortune from Revised. That card is $400 fucking right now.
Actually,
Wow.
I think it's a lot more than that now.
All right, Troy.
Sorry.
Talk to me later about the Ulamog, okay?
Actually, Troy, Wheel of Fortune from
Serious.
Revised is now $350. Yeah, so
Yeah, see, $350. I gave it to him to let me keep my bike in his garage for the winter.
Yeah.
Like boom. It was $75 when I gave it to him. 2 years later, it was $350. So
it happens, man.
Yeah.
perfect.
All right,
But
so
yes, that is my weird bean.
okay, Belladonna. All right. So
Belladonna took.
we have our campers. Now, one other thing that we did is that we did incorporate like a goal. We want every kid to have a goal for the summer, and if they manage to achieve that goal, they get a badge, and a badge is worth basically free rerolls. No worries, Doc.
Are
We're
you
so
not
glad.
playing a character,
I'm not playing a character. No,
Rainey?
nope. No,
Oh,
I'm
you're
running.
GMing. Okay. All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, I talked
I'm
about.
running, bro.
My wife actually asked me today. She was like, "Oh, does it need a GM this game?" And I was like, maybe not. But at the same
Maybe
time,
not.
I think that it does.
I think it
benefit
does.
from one. Yeah. So
Fair.
all right. So Troy, you are our lone foundling. So we have
Yes.
3 recommended goals for the summer for foundlings. Do you want to hear them and then choose one?
Yes. Yes,
All
I
right.
do. I
The
have an
goal-
idea, but
Yeah. So just so that way people understand, we put some goals up. So if you manage to do these in a session or the series that you're playing Pine Island in, you get a badge. So you get one free reroll of as many die as you need. So the goals for foundlings are: don't back down from a dare, help a counselor or future by doing something they can't or knowing something that they don't, like what snooty little kids want to do, or don't get caught sneaking out to do something cool, dangerous, or reckless.
So definitely number 2 for sure. I mean,
Okay.
I'm someone who I'm
Yep.
always looking to prove myself.
Yep.
I feel like I have a lot to offer, and I know I'm smart, and I know I'm smart. So I'm
Yep.
hoping that I can help. So
Okay. Cool. And this actually works out really well for you because both of your friends here that are going to be playing in the session are older than you, so you're going to succeed on this,
Right.
just basically based on that.
You've got 2 big chances.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, futures. Here are the goals that we recommended for futures. You can obviously come up with one of your own, but we liked these. One is
I just want to stop 1 minute. Ray and
Right.
Stuff wrote a great comment that I want to acknowledge. DM is medicine, all good vibes here. So thank you, man. That means a lot to me.
I'm sorry. What did you say? Say that one more time.
DMs is medicine. We're medicine. We're all good vibes for people when they had a bad
Ooh,
week.
I
That,
like
that means
that.
that means a lot. Thank you.
That
Yeah,
means
that's
we
awesome.
are doing this
you, Ray and Stuff.
correctly.
That's awesome.
Because
Thank
this is
you.
not only major fun and chill, they're therapeutic for us.
Yeah.
We're really glad it's also a fun time for other people.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes,
Totally.
we are
It means a
super
lot to us that you
appreciative.
guys come
You
and hang
guys
out with
come
us.
and hang out.
Yes.
Exactly. It's
This is
awesome.
what we started this for, is we enjoyed hanging out, getting together and playing games. And we were like, you know what? This is something that's so good for us. We would like to share this with other people. So heck yeah, we're really happy you're enjoying it, Ray and
And
Stuff.
appreciative you can enjoy our fuckery and chaos.
Yes. Yeah.
Fuckery.
Fuck
Our
out of here.
fuckery.
Fuckery.
He
Oh
made
man,
it!
clip it.
Shit, where's my sticky note for clippings?
It is 4351.
So all right.
Counselor Yukon Cornelius has to make an appearance.
Ah,
So-
damn, kids. He hasn't been around in a while.
Oh yeah. Let me make a little note real quick.
Rainy, let me just jot that
Let me
shit
just
down right
jot
there.
that down right there. Okay, so futures, the 3 goals that we came up with for the teenagers at summer camp are: carve your name or leave your mark somewhere epic on the campgrounds, make a connection with someone you like, or prove that you can be trusted. Because everyone is assuming teenagers are not here to actually help. So
So true.
So I 100% know mine.
okay.
I'm going with the first one.
Okay.
Specifically, the way Belladonna wants to do this is not so much to carve your name, but leave your mark.
Yeah.
She wants to hide one of her tarot cards somewhere
Oh,
that
that's
she
cool.
thinks is really cool to hide a tarot card on the campground.
Okay.
And just she's got a note just scribbled on one of them that just says if you find this, write your name on it. And so she wants to come back next summer and see how many names she can get on one of her cards.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really
I'm going to go with the typical 13-year-old boy one. He wants to connect with someone he likes.
Ooh.
And specifically, he likes Belladonna.
Okay.
Which I cleared in chat with Sarah.
Yes, we
Okay.
did just
First,
clear
good.
that
Yeah, we
beforehand.
just cleared that.
Yes, that is definitely good. Good safety. Thank you, Doc, for the
Yeah,
subscription.
thank you, Doc.
Thank you. Love you, Mark.
All right. So we got to we got to leave your mark, and we got to help an older person by doing something they can't or knowing something they don't. Those are the goals for the summer. The last thing each kid gets, I mean, it's assumed that you're going to have the basics. You're going to have a water bottle or canteen or whatever. You're going to know your way around camp. You probably have like a camp map or a guide or what have you. You probably have a poncho, etc. You have good boots. Whether or not you're wearing them, Belladonna, that's on you.
Belladonna wears her Doc Martens.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna
Because
say
they're cooler than any other boots she can
I was gonna
have.
say like belt combat boots, like the goths that were.
Oh my god. No,
Like
wait.
Goth
what's
Tractor
this-
Girl.
Oh God, what's the she's wearing her demonias. That's the brand.
Okay, Dan, news to me, but I love it.
Oh, I will show you the demonias. They're so good. I
Sorry,
want a
are you-
pair so bad.
Oh, well then see.
Sarah, are you picking your item?
I haven't looked at my item yet. I was just describing that Belladonna is that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah.
Separate. Okay.
So it is
Flavor versus gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, no, that is 100% a flavor that she's just that person.
it is
I like
assumed
that.
it is assumed that you have the basics and the necessities. However, we do want to encourage, I love when you have something in your inventory and it comes in clutch at a weird time. So we figured each character can have like an iconic item. We say, typically, it's probably related to your best stat because that's kind of like what's defining you as a kid. Honestly, for Belladonna, it could probably just be your tarot cards.
I was just gonna say, yeah, because I saw under weird items the like crystals. And
Yeah.
so I was wondering if I could use my cards in place of that with the same template.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Sick.
I was also gonna say it would work under dice as well, which is like so we have like funny requirements on the weird items, which is like the crystals, you must bathe them in moonlight, or dice. It's like you have to explain to somebody why you're rolling dice and the concept of RPGs to someone who has no idea.
Oh, these fucking boots, Sarah.
I'm gonna put them in chat right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are
let's
really
see.
cool.
God
I just
damn.
looked them up.
Those are dope.
Yeah.
These
Yes.
are and
that is
these,
exactly what I imagined.
and
exactly.
these specifically are boots I want IRL. I
Incredibly
would kill for a
unpractical.
pair of demonias at some point.
Those things have like a 3-inch.
And the bitch can run in them.
They're just like platforms. That's so funny. Okay,
Yeah,
Before
Bella
so yeah.
looks tall. She's not.
Before your spine has time to deteriorate.
Yeah, she's 13.
Enjoy
She can run in these.
it. Enjoy it. Your bones are still noodles. It's fine.
Your
Look at that
bones
otter
are
poke, man. That's a
noodles.
Oh yeah,
flashback to
no,
my
Otter
punk
Poet.
days.
Bella.
Yes, it is.
So
Otter Poet.
Bella is the character that 13-year-old Sarah wishes she was, to the point where I was telling the folks before the stream, this deck of tarot cards is a deck that I bought when I was 13, and I have had them for the past 13 years.
That's awesome. It's half as
Holy
old as you
shit.
are. That's awesome.
I'm almost 26. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I knew exactly the boots you were talking about without knowing the brand, only because Otter Poet was a punk. I was in, metal emo bands
I
in
do.
the
Yeah.
in the early to mid noughts or late,
Can
So,
we just take
yeah.
a minute to reflect on the fact, just look at Sarah's screen, almost 26, and then look at my screen, 28, a meager 28.
just a broken man, just a broken.
Broken
Damn it.
down.
Fucking kids, injuries. Don't do
It's
it.
also the fact that everything that affects me at 44, I just magically vector over to Troy. So
Christian is a lich. if
Troy
you
is my
haven't
Dorian
noticed,
Gray.
he's a fucking
Yeah.
lich. And my
To be
spine is
fair-
his phylactery.
To be
Sure.
fair,
Right.
none of you hear my bones cracking while I walk, so
Yeah,
That's true. That is true.
Christian definitely has
Anyway.
some, eldritch altar in his
Yes.
basement that just is just siphoning all things to Troy.
I just
we
have
call
to.
him Mr. Cthulhu for a
Yeah,
reason.
that's right.
At least I don't have a physically demanding job or anything. It's fine.
Okay, so we know that Belladonna or Bella has her tarot deck, which is going to function as a one-time +1 die on weird. What do we think the iconic item of Chet the Jet and WB is?
Chet bought his
Football.
football
condom.
cleats. No,
A Trojan.
he's
Please.
13,
A literal
dude.
Trojan.
No, he's
Children!
13, dude.
Yeah, but
He
he's a
bought-
13-year-old named
This is
Jet,
this
though.
is PG-13.
Saying.
Yeah.
All right, Mr.
To be fair, in a
Pornchef.
PG
Alright,
in a
I'm sorry.
PG-13 movie, a 13-year-old with a condom would be pretty hysterical.
It would be,
Yeah,
but
I'm just saying. I went to West
And he's gonna
Warwick
carry
Public
that
High
condom
School,
until he's
okay?
20.
Things were a little different there.
I know.
Just,
Uh,
just saying. We had a literal drug bust happen at our school, like some 21 Jump Street shit.
that happens a lot more
police
than you
op-
think, bro.
Yeah.
I know that because I have sources.
YouTube
Not
it,
for
it's on
drugs,
there.
in education, just to clarify that. To the internet. Hello, internet. I am not involved in any illegal activity. No, Chet's got his football cleats.
Oh, his
All right.
cleats.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Okay.
Ouch, outer poet. Ouch. I think Christian's jokes could age anyone. Not cool.
So yeah, all right.
My back.
What are we thinking for the cleats? Maybe like a re-roll a 1 on a speed check or something like that.
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, you got the firm grip, right? You're not going to slip and fall. If you get any 1s, you can re-roll them 1 time.
Hey, you know what else could be cool? It could be a little bit of a play on words, but it could, instead of a +1 on a speed check, it could you could re-roll a check if you're frightened because you could stand your ground.
I think
you got better footing. No?
I think the more important detail is, do these cleats look like they're just D4s on the bottom of shoes?
Yes.
Yes.
Just upside down.
Caltrop Core. Yeah, just
Caltrop Core.
And are they the Champion brand before it was cool?
Oh, dude, Champion in it. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's true. We're playing it nowadays.
All the Champion shit I have, I got 10 plus years ago off of Kmart blue light specials.
Yeah. Is it now? Is it what is the not cool brand now? I am not athletic. I have no idea.
The not cool brand.
I don't. And 1. I don't know.
Some Shacks.
I don't know. It's
some
like
Shacks.
whatever the not cool, whatever the not
those
cool brand of
Shacks
football.
are so dope.
Yeah, whatever the not cool brand of football cleats are, that's the one he has.
Anything from I'm gonna rag on it, but
New
I love
Balance
this store. Second time around sports.
Oh yeah, I
New
love it
Balance.
too. Yeah, I love New Balance. I'm a dad though.
Yeah, but they're dad shoes, bro.
Yeah, they are. Super
New
dad
Balance.
Don't
that
tell
is
me
true.
you have.
And they
New
have
Balance.
grass stains on them.
No. I don't have the dad New Balances. I have trail running New Balances that are actually.
Do they have grass
I guess
stains
somewhat
on them?
acceptable.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're wrecked. Troy, what is WB's iconic item?
So I'm torn between 2, and I want your input. So
Okay.
the one that I was thinking of was a fishing pole, because WB Mason likes fishing, trapping, that kind of stuff. Okay. The second item I was thinking of would be a multi-tool.
Okay.
But not in the sense that it could be used like a knife, because a knife is a special item you can have too.
Yeah.
But I would like this multi-tool to have a little magnifying glass, a corkscrew, a little tiny pocket knife, maybe a little piece of flint and steel, something like that. So
some of you men have little magnifying glass sections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know
So
exactly
one of
what you're
those
talking
2, what are your thoughts, guys? What do you think?
I feel like I like the idea of the multi-tool because it's just little things, but he seems like the kind of kid that would be he's a scout kid. A scout is always prepared, right? I feel like this fits this kid.
Oh, I wish I brought him in here. When we were designing this game.
I agree. Take the because it's also something that his dad would have and could have given him something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
And I think that at a place like Camp Pine Island, if kids wanted to fish or kids are going to fish, there's going to be fishing. There's going to be fishing mornings and stuff like that. There's going to have fishing gear. So if you want to grab that stuff, but the multi-tool is personal. It's cool. It's versatile. It's good.
Maybe my multi-tool says Green Beret on it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, dude.
Hey,
we got a reroll all around.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna make.
Damn, son.
Using my D4, we have. I'm just gonna put 3, so we have 3 rerolls.
And I also have my
Oh, good.
I have my pop out tracker of how many we have and where they came from and all that.
Perfect.
So
it's almost like the audience wants us to be successful. This is strange.
It's amazing.
It's very strange.
Isn't it weird when people like us?
You know what we should have? We should have a redeemable on Twitch that says auto fail. Make somebody automatically.
Dude, that's a great idea.
Everybody would stop giving us rerolls and just
reroll a success would be a good one. You know what I mean? Make us have to earn it. That'd be a good one. Disadvantage, basically.
It would have to be the DM would have to impose it. It would have to be very specific. But I could add that in.
Yeah, we could do that. That's fun. I like that.
I'm gonna make it cost more than a reroll though.
Make it so, Sarah. Yeah.
Make it worth 2 rerolls.
I'm gonna have to up the prices on some of these things.
We do get a lot of them. Okay, so we have WB has a multi-tool. That's really great. You brought something up. I just really quick wanted to say this. I went to a used bookstore near my house and found Scoutmaster's guides, 1930s and 1940s Boy Scout Scoutmaster guides. And I was like, oh, these are going to be perfect for like referencing and like doing all this, like, even if it's just layout or just like, whatever. And then I was like, cool. Like I use it like mostly for like graphic design ideas. And then I opened it and started reading it. And I was like, whoa, 1930s, 1940s scouted prices really
he kept
dated
sending me stuff like,
and
dude,
not good at all.
Oh God. Page 1, eat raw cow brains.
Oh no,
it was worse
like,
than that, man.
it was worse.
Oh,
than
just
that.
like racist and shit.
Oh,
it was just like colonialism was good, and it's like, no, it wasn't.
I just want you guys to know that I'm already on a track, right? So I've been shuffling my cards all night, all as we're getting ready, and one fell out as I was shuffling. So I pulled out my guide to see which one it was. So Bella's first card of the night before she's even alive is the Queen of Swords.
Okay.
It literally indicates a beginning.
Wow.
That which is indicated by the card modified has begun, has become a concept. The first step is taken forward. The action has begun. The will has been directed.
Oh,
it is literally the welcome to the beginning of the game card.
You know what?
Yeah.
And on that note, I want to talk about how all of you are arriving on Pine Island. I'm gonna do a quick like helicopter pan shot, right? Like the big long distance shot of just a track of wilderness. It is just forest and pine trees as far as you can see. Think like central Maine, northern Maine, mountainous, kind of stuff like that. And then in one area, there's this huge lake that spans miles. And in one corner of the lake, we see like, the helicopters coming closer and closer and closer, and you're flying over the lake, and you see a ridge, like a U-shaped, like horseshoe-shaped ridge of mountain that continues down one section and moving on from there. But it almost frames a perfect little chunk of forest in up against this lake between the mountains and the lake itself. And in that little secluded valley, that horseshoe valley of pine forest with a little deciduous patch that looks like maybe it's swamp, and then there's a ledge with a cliff overlooking a portion of the lake. If you look very closely, you might see a dirt logging trail that winds its way a little further out to a small little town, maybe 40-50 miles in the distance. You can only tell from smoke, barely visible above the tree line. But the helicopter descends down, and you see near the edge of the lake, there's a cleared portion of this little valley. And sitting there is a selection of longhouses and log cabins and a boathouse and a bunch of boats and just Camp Pine Island. How are you arriving, Bella? You are relatively well off. There's multiple ways to get here. You can come from like a seaplane that was chartered, or you can come in a bus that's just jumping down log roads that are not paved and bumpy. How does Bella arrive?
So Bella kind of takes a different route every year. This year she really wanted to kind of experience the woods. Mm-hmm. So she is with her personal driver in the family dune buggy, and they're basically going off-roading on this trek in the woods. And she's going down the normal bumpy roads that like the bus would be going through, but it's just like her and this like 42-year-old woman just partying down the road, blasting like Bauhaus and shit.
Okay, all right.
Just like jamming together on the road.
That's so funny too,
like,
because
there's no top, no doors.
Yup, coming down, bouncing every once in a while. You hit like a root, and it just kind of shoots you. Yeah. And we just see the goth. Like, what does she look like? She's having fun, Bella? Or
she's totally having fun. She's living it.
Excellent.
Like she's like a nerd, like a weird artsy kid, but she's also like just. She's here to have a good time. She knows camp. She likes camp. And this is her time just like away from things. Like she's probably on the track to become like an influencer, like one of them. So she's just like taking her time for herself.
Yep. Maybe it's the last few minutes of phone, right? Okay. You had no service.
Do you post like, ugh, camp, but then go back to having like a good time?
Yeah, she takes like one
thing.
selfie from like a weird angle on the buggy and like just barely holds onto her phone as she struggles to post it on Insta and then shoves it back into her bag.
Okay. Yeah, and like right at that moment, like like actually we see you looking at it and you're waiting, and it's like waiting for service, waiting for service. Wait, and you're like, oh, and that's when you know you've entered Pine Island proper. And then we see like the dune buggy come to like a nice sliding halt as as your family's chauffeur just holds her hand out for you to hand over all electronics and things like that.
Passes over the phone.
Yeah.
Passes over the mobile charger.
You all electronics on her side. She just kind of dumps it off to the side, and then she hands you like your duffel bag. And then she looks one last time, takes a quick look, and then like rolls her eyes, reaches back, grabs your actual hiking boots, and holds them out to you.
She takes them, but doesn't put them on.
Yeah, of course.
Carries them over her shoulder.
And I think that just while we fade from Bella to someone else arriving, that's when like you're just like, ha ha ha, still got my tarot cards, and you flip that Queen of Swords, and you're
yes,
like,
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right, so who's arriving next? Let's go with WB, because I think that Chet is probably arriving on a bus full of kids.
Yeah. Chet's, however the poor kids get there is how Chet gets there, which is probably the bus.
Yeah.
So
Chet.
I would imagine WB is flying in on on one of the planes that can land on the water.
Yep.
His mom is in the plane with him and the pilot. She called in some favors because she knows some folks. Between her and her hubby, they're connected to somebody at Pine Island. Maybe like the guy that runs the camp went to Sear School with his dad.
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Right.
So, but anyhow, they're going in, and you get an image of WB, and he's a little nervous, you know, and he's looking out the side of the plane, and his eyes go wide for a second at the wilderness, and you can tell he's nervous for this new experience, but he's also super excited. And his mom looks back at him as they're landing, and she says, "Darling, I know that you wish that, you know, Dad could be here, and he wishes he could be here too, but you understand he's working right now." And and she turns and she goes into her purse or whatever, and she pulls out this multi-tool.
Multi-tool, yeah.
Says he wanted me to give this to you. He said this is something that you can use to remember him by. He says there's only one tool more valuable than something like this, and it's your mind. Nobody can take that from you. And she says, with this and with this, the possibilities are limitless. Have fun, my darling. The summer will go by quickly, and Dad will be home before you know it, and I'll pick you up at the end of camp. And she hands him the multi-tool, and the plane lands, and he gets out of the plane, and he looks at his mom as they take off, and he waves.
Yep. Yeah, we see the splash down, and then we get a shot of and this is a location here. There's like a boathouse with like a long dock. So like we see WB standing on the dock waving as the plane turns itself around, takes back off.
One last thing. WB, what he's wearing. So he's got like a all-weather hat, like one of those, like they're the dumbest fucking looking hats ever.
I have one for work.
One of those. Yeah, the one that Rene wears for work. He's got a crag hopper, which is like literally what Bear Grylls wears, and then he's got a pair of 511s, which is also what Bear Grylls wears. Yeah. So he's just tacked out, bro. He's ready. This little fucking nerdy 11-year-old that has a 1 in strength. He's all crag hopper and fucking 511.
I was gonna say I thought for sure you were going to explain yourself as like just in full scout uniform, like short khaki shorts.
No,
and like a khaki
stop.
Oh man. All right, yeah. So waving off as the plane takes off. We see the plane take off, and then we just hear like the and you hear like it go, whoa, as a kid just like hits a wall and falls to the ground in this bus as a bunch of kids on a bus. Yeah, a bunch of kids are on a bus.
Smells like pre-fucking BO over here before you hit puberty.
Smells like Teen Spirit, am I right?
Yeah. Smells like a middle school locker room, dude. As
oh shit. Axe body spray everywhere.
Yeah, and as we mentioned Axe body spray, we cut to Chet the Jet. What's Chet? How's Chet arriving in this
So-
bus? Like, what's his commute been like?
It's
It's
been
literally
hellacious. Chet's come from the city somewhere, or at least the suburbs, probably like a poorer state, and
Harlem Globetrotters.
so it's been with this group of like kids. So it was probably like a flight somewhere to connect with the whole group, and then another flight
Yeah.
out here, and now they've
Yep.
just been like hustled. So he's been hustling along for like 8 to 12 hours already. He's frigging exhausted.
Like a full day.
Yeah, and
just
then
a-
it's like, here, get on this bus and drive 40 miles over bumpy ass roads after you got here, which like the town is kind of in the middle of nowhere first. Then you got
there's
40
one
miles
P
of like
stop
dirt
in
roads.
town. There was
Yeah.
one like general store where you were allowed to get one thing, and that the shelves were
It'd
just
be a
like
Dollar General.
nothing. It was just like, you want some wheat bran, and it was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. And so
It's
this
a
is
Dollar General.
this has sucked for Chet. But Chet is got his his big backpack with all his crap, including his cleats are like laced on the outside. I'm gonna
Yep.
say, and just kind of hanging from it. Chet's got like the not quite Troy's shaved head, but like a good buzz cut,
Like
a good-
Rainey's?
The side,
Yeah, like
buzz
a Rainey's.
sides a little. Okay.
Buzz sides a little on top, maybe like a faux hawk, right? Like a little fat, like a
Yeah,
little
that
bit
makes
of,
sense.
it's like a football.
Oh,
The
I
team,
forgot to
the
drive
team,
this
the
right
team
now.
actually had mohawks for like the championship game, and so he just
Perfect.
kind of kept it.
Hell yeah.
He's wearing his like town football jersey with his number on it, and
What's his number?
1/2. No,
Would you say 1.5?
one half.
One half,
No,
just
we'll say he's
one.
number 8. He's number 8.
Number 8. Okay.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
Check that
And,
link I
uh,
just dropped.
Yep, and then he's got cheap knockoff Oakleys on,
Okay.
and yeah, he just kind of cracks his back. It's starting to hurt him already. Probably went too hard on that deadlift. And
Just
just
wait.
grabs his bag and kind of walks out
Just wait.
after all the other kids.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So yeah, we get that really iconic shot, right, of like kids flooding out of a bus door, and then we just get like the throw over the shoulder, the bag with the cleats on it, walking out with his faux hawk power boy, like maybe like sleeves cut off on the 8 jersey.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. The sleeves cut off. Yeah,
Yeah.
And I because Bella's appearance is so important to her.
Yes,
I
please.
completely forgot to describe what Bella looks like.
We got the boots, but we need everything else.
So the boots basically fit the whole fit. She's got like one of those like high-low skirts with like some
Spiky.
shorts underneath it, all black. She's got
Spiky wristlet.
oh yeah, spiky wrist, just one on one wrist.
Yes.
The other one has a bunch of those like little skinny like a rubber bracelet.
Oh
kinda
yeah, like the
deals.
leather, like black leather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
What were the
then
ones that were the animals? What were those called?
silly bands.
Remember?
The slap ones.
Silly bands. She
Slap
did have some
bracelets?
silly bands.
Silly bands got fucking banned in my middle school.
No way.
I don't even know what you guys are
Yeah.
talking about. Me and
No,
I was
Christian are
working
like,
at Breads and stuff when those things came out, and they made a fortune on those
Hell
things.
yeah. No, they're
Yeah, dude.
silly bands, but they're all shaped like crosses or like cats or like weird shit. She
Yeah.
like
Weird
collected all the
bands.
weird ones.
Yep.
And
Hell
she's
yeah.
got
black cat anime goth girl.
the
Like
only way I
Weird,
can
silly
describe her
bands.
hair is y'all know Erika Ishii's hair where it's like
Yep.
long on one side and buzzed on the other. Like she just got her hair done yesterday and she
Mm-hmm.
knows it looks good.
yep. Excellent.
Anyway, that's my bitch.
Bangs.
All right.
Thank-
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
it's like a
I
side
think
swoop.
I think that I just want to add one more detail. I think that Chet probably has like some sort of like bracelet of his own, maybe like a woven friendship bracelet or something like that.
Oh, cool.
Live
Hell
strong.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Like
Live
a
strong.
kid from another kid from camp, or this is somebody like team stuff, or
Just a team thing.
Oh, you remember those bracelets? They were like kind of like yay thick. They were like a woven, like a white off-white, like sailory. I don't
Oh, yeah,
know how
yeah.
else to describe it. But like they were supposed to like live on your wrist forever unless you cut it off or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm thinking like that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doc Boyd. I knew you would understand the hair reference.
Okay, so I got here. I've marked that we have 3 die in the teamwork pool. We have 3 rerolls from the
From Doc.
from Doc. And all right, so I I guess we should get started. You've all arrived, and now that kids are flooding off of the bus, basically we get the very chaotic scene of kids coming up to a bunch of counselors, and there's counselors with clipboards, and they do just look absolutely like what you'd think. Like they're in uniforms, right? Like these counselors are in the khakis and the khaki shirt with like the bandana, and like they have like, you know, something on their hip that's like their survival tools. So they're older, so they have all the things they need, bear spray, and they have, you know what I mean? Like they have like everything that's
those horns. Honk, you like honk it like loud animals, air horns. And probably kids.
They definitely have fanny packs that are full of first aid equipment and things like that. And they have clipboards as the kids are flooding off of buses and whatnot. And they're just like, okay, we're going to assign everybody cabins. So I think that because this is another thing. In some games, if everyone's playing the same age group, you can easily make, oh my goodness.
God.
Troy is sharing the picture of him as the Statue of Liberty.
This is me. Hashtag 2012, baby. Camp Counselor of the Week. I was the Counselor of the Week.
Cow.
Statue of Liberty. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, fanny packs with condoms.
Yes, the counselors are all fucked.
Listen, no, you can definitely earn your sex ed badge here at
Don't you know what? That's fair.
You know what?
This one time at
all you need is a
you know
banana
what?
and a Trojan.
Hey, education is important.
This is true. Exactly.
That is no joke. That is an IRL educate.
Yeah,
Yep,
I mean,
agreed.
honestly, summer camp like this, especially one like Pine Island, I mean, these kids are isolated. They'd be ridiculous not to eventually have that conversation. It's not going to come up in our game, but it's realistic.
No, I think we should make you role play that, Rene.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Rene.
all right.
Yeah.
So sometimes when
No.
He's like, all right, I fucking hate you. All right.
here he goes.
When two people love each other very much. Okay,
Very much in a cabin in the woods near nobody. No, Sarah.
Wait, when two people love each other very much in a cabin in the woods near nobody, this happens.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly,
that's true.
right.
You die.
Yeah.
I had this fucker
The
ready
Halloween
on my
mask.
wall.
The Halloween mask.
Flip that,
okay.
Sarah. 113.
More importantly, though, for anybody who's watching this to potentially run this game in the future, if all of your players are the same age category, they can be in a cabin together. That's a great way to bind them all together for the sake of the story. In this case, we have two futures who are of opposite genders, so they're not going to be bunking together most likely. And then we have WB, who is a foundling, so he's going to be in a separate kind of cabin as well. So they get sorted to their cabins, but where an easy way to bring them together is welcome to Camp Pine Island. And like you all hear, like, actually, you know what? There's like a burr, 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 and like a loudspeaker. Somebody has like one of those things, and they're just like, everybody, please report to the Camp Pine Island pole. And like there's just a big pole in the center of camp, of like the cabin areas, where over the course of the summer, you know, people are going to climb it. They're going to put things on it. Like it's like a ceremonial center of camp thing. So all of the kids file in, and you're all standing there, and you just hear like, hello, everybody. Welcome to Camp Pine Island. I am going to be your head counselor, Todd, for the summer. And we're going to start off by getting to know one another. And what we're going to do is we're going to assemble ourselves into some teams, and we're going to do a great team building exercise. This is going to be the very first cabin, the Pine Island games. Later on in the summer, we're going to do this again, and everything that you're going to learn is going to make you that much better when we return to these challenges. So everybody, talk to your counselors and find out what your teams are. Sure enough.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Todd's the worst, man.
Oh,
Todd. Todd's terrible.
Todd.
Most 80s thing I've heard today. Yeah.
Fucking Todd.
Fucking Todd. So yeah, you guys don't have to deal with Todd, but the three of you are going to get paired up with one other person, and I'm going to roll real quick. I don't have to roll dice in this game ever, but I want to roll one thing to see what NPC you guys get. Okay, this is going to be great. Oh, this is going to be really great. Okay. The three of you are assigned to the same team for the Pine Island games. This is going to be a little tutorial of how the Caltrop Core system works. We're going to do a couple rolls for little games, and like you guys can bond and interact with one another, say hello and whatnot. And the fourth member of your team is another future. So you guys are pretty stacked the record. You guys have a very strong team, and your fourth is a your fourth is a future.
His name is Cal, and he's 17.
Yes, and he goes, "You guys ever seen a gun?" And just pulls it out. No,
He goes,
yeah. I know the best fishing spots. Nope. It is a female future named Miranda. And so Chet, have you been here? I don't remember asking you. Is this your first?
Yeah, Chet's been here a couple years. Yeah.
Okay. So you're familiar with Bella. You're familiar with Miranda. Miranda's also regular. However, in the last year, Miranda, from 13 to 14, Miranda had a significant glow up. And Miranda is very pretty now. So I just want that to like throw a wrench in like
I
the
called
chat.
it in the chat. I said she sounds hot.
Yeah. Miranda recently had a big glow up. So she sees you guys, and Doc Void made a Final Girl reference.
Nice.
Yeah, Final Girl is another great game. There's a role-playing game called Final Girl where, one of you survives at the end of it. It's a horror slasher movie kind of thing. I have it on a list for maybe in October for our
we talked about it for October.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But so the four of you are put onto a team. So why don't we introduce one another? Introduce yourselves to one another. How does this meeting go?
So Chet is like still limping over after his catastrophic bus ride, and he's still very sore. So he's just kind of like, but then he sees. I probably sees Belladonna first.
She stands out a little.
Yeah, she stands out a little, and he remembers her from previous years. Was she always so goth though? Because she's been coming since 9.
She's definitely gotten gother over the years. The hair is new. Bella, her look used to be the standard Wednesday Addams braids, but she switched it up this year.
Cool.
I love that detail.
But we had talked, and we had talked about this in chat. They had seen each other, know each other by name, and never really like talked before.
Yeah.
So he'll just kind of like, oh hey, what's up?
Oh hey, welcome back.
Yeah, right. Whatever. So it's like new.
Huh? Oh yeah,
Rare,
just
yeah.
got it done a couple days ago.
That's cool.
Figured
That's
it
cool.
was time to switch it up.
Yeah. Me too. Like my team, we did this for like, we went to the state champion, so it was like everybody on the team got like the Bohawk.
Oh,
so,
sick.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How for context, how tall is WB? And has he been here before?
WB, this is his first year here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
WB, I would say he's kind of tall and lanky for his age.
Okay.
Because he's quick, right? He's super quick. So WB kind of walks over, and his chest is out and his shoulders are back because he grew up in a military family, and they always
proper posture,
proud, And he walks over and he kind of gathers up with the rest of you guys, and he says, "Greetings, teammates. My name is Walt. Are you guys ready to kick some butt?"
Miranda just looks over at you two and just goes like, "Wow, everybody's changed so much in a year. This is crazy." And then she looks over when Walt's like, "Greetings, teammates." And she just goes, "Oh, this one's going to be great. Oh, we have a good team, guys." Miranda seems oddly invested in this. You guys know Miranda from years previous. Like, she's capable. She's good at this camp stuff. But now,
nice.
She's
got that
formidable.
Now she's strong and cute.
Yeah. So.
So like, what's up, Miranda?
Hashtag Eva.
Yeah. She rustles Walt's hair, and she's just like, "Oh, little buddy, you're gonna have a great time this summer." And she looks over and she's like, "Oh, hey, Chet."
Yeah. What's up, kid?
I accept the tussle.
Hey. Well, welcome to camp, new kid. Belladonna. Call me Bella, whatever. Nice to meet you.
Those are some nice boots you got there, Bella.
Thank you, Demonius.
I myself am wearing Bates. Holds up what?
Looking good.
Yeah.
She has no idea what he's talking about.
Sure, great. All right, so
And this entire time she's shuffling her cards. It's like a nervous habit. She just does not stop unless
Yeah,
she.
I like that. That's awesome.
yeah, and Miranda looks over at it and she goes like, oh, those are cool. She goes like, have you brought those every year? Like, do you always have those, or is this the first
The cards?
year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she usually has at least something weird, but this is like her like third year with the cards, probably.
Okay.
Second or third, yeah.
Yeah. And you see Miranda and her eyes kind of go wide and she's just like, ooh, the return of the teller.
Yeah. Listen, as soon as Fireside's night's starting to hit, I'll head back to the readings.
She goes, oh, well, Todd, after this, there's going to be dinner, and after dinner, there's going to be the annual campfire story. So yeah, here goes.
We'll get there.
What's for dinner? Wild game, MREs.
No, like food, dude. Like hot dogs and shit.
Yeah, like mac and cheese and like
no, bro, hot dogs and shit.
Granola.
Very well.
Like yogurt and granola usually with this.
A bunch of dehydrated shit. Okay.
I hope
so,
they're Hebrew nationals.
We sometimes get that spaceman ice cream.
So you get space ice cream?
You said dehydrated. That's the first thing I thought of was that spaceman ice cream.
Yeah.
That's what we get on like Fridays or something.
Survival meals. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Get that mountain house or whatever it's called. All right, so yeah, as you guys are all getting to know one another and talking and chatting about whatever, you just hear the voice of Todd over the loudspeaker. It goes like there's feedback on it. You're just like, oh, sorry. Teams are now assembled. You've introduced yourselves. Everybody is going to have to pick one member of each team to compete in one of the following 4 categories. He just goes, 1. There will be a bio blitz, a 10-minute period where you need to run out into the surrounding region of the camp and identify as many creatures and plants as you possibly can in a 10-minute period. And then he goes, 2, knot tying and untying. And so it just is like,
I immediately look at Belladonna.
She is 13. You are 11.
Troy, dude.
Listen, I'm 11. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm just beyond my years. I'm intuitive.
And then he goes like 3. He goes, actually, you know what? There's only 3 categories that you need to choose people for, because the 4th one is a team-based event. He goes 3, firefly/bug catching. And then he goes, and 4, the team-based event tug o' war.
Oh hell yeah.
So we get so yeah, basically you can use your stats for these however you want. Who wants to do what thing? And we'll just get the first rolls of the game going just for some
so
fun.
run into the woods and identify animals.
Yep. So there's a bio blitz. Go identify plants and animals.
Chat would be good at the running part, but he'd be horrible at the identifying part.
Yep. Not tying and untying.
That sounds like a WB thing.
See, actually, I was gonna have Bella step up because of some of the like outfits she's helped lace her mom into.
Dude, that's what I was getting.
Yeah, totally, Troy.
Pervs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so she'll actually
Come on.
and be like, I can do the knot one. My mom wears a lot of really funky indie shit lately, and a lot of those have like those corset sides. So I've gotten really good at tying her into those.
Okay.
WB moves uncomfortably.
Yeah, so does Chet, actually.
Yeah.
Like a prepubescent teen
Yeah,
would.
just kind of like, oh boy.
And Miranda's
Boy.
Miranda's just kind of like,
not now.
Cool. Then there is
I say I have spent some time studying the flora and fauna of this region, and last year I was second on the 100-meter sprint in my track team.
all right. So
Heck yeah.
Sounds like you're up there, dude.
Perfect.
I look at you, your character, Christian. What's your guy's name? Chat.
Chat, yeah.
I say clearly you hit the weight room. I think maybe you should do the tug of war.
Yeah, well, that's like all of us, but I'll anchor. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Basically, when it comes
he
to that
just
event,
starts like-
Chet will roll. Yeah, Chet's gonna roll for that one.
Starts kind of like stretching it out.
Sure, little guy.
All right, and then I guess that
I'll
means
anchor,
And I guess that means Firefly / bug catching is Miranda. And she's just like, oh, cool. Yeah, I like yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, cool. Me, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll kill it, girl. You're good at this.
Yeah.
We're
She's
gonna have
just-
the oldest one in this event. There's just a bunch of 7 and 8 year olds, and then Miranda. She's just dunking on them.
It's definitely the one that they put all of the little kids in, and then there's just Miranda just elbowing kids out of the way. Just...
My Firefly.
No, we actually we'll narrate each of these events now. Actually, we do get that, and Miranda is one of the only futures doing the bug catching, firefly catching thing. That's definitely like a little kid event, right? And what we actually see is that she doesn't care about the competition. She's actually helping all of the kids like catch fireflies and stuff like that. She's
on,
like
dude, you
basically,
wanna win. What the hell?
Sabotage.
yeah, like that's
adorable,
yeah,
but also
for sure.
sabotage.
Yeah.
And no, Bella just kind of watched and just goes, I knew she was a CIT. This is adorable.
Yeah, exactly. That she's the future that people want futures to be, right?
Yeah. Like Bella and Miranda are on good terms. They're just very different. But she knows like she's gonna end up being like the counselor the kids like. I can tell.
Okay, so let's real quick, just so we could roll some dice and say that we're playing a game that involves dice rolling. Who wants to go first in your Camp Pine Island game?
I'll go. I'll do this. I'll put down my shufflers and pick up some rolly boys.
Actually, you know what I love? Does Bella flip a card as she like goes over to like that? You know what it is? It's like this really cool station that they've had set up where it's like a long tree that they've just like sawed in half and they've like sanded and like finished the top of it. So like this long table,
Oh,
they've like
yeah.
put legs into it, and basically all along the side of it are just ropes, and like each section has like 3 untied ropes and then 3 ropes that are tied. And basically there's like instructions on how to do knots, and there's counselors standing there, so they're going to like judge if you did the knot correctly, and then you have to like finish by untying other complicated knots.
Yeah. So she gets to her station and she's still just been shuffling the whole time. And she's about to put her deck down, and then she just kind of pauses
Let's see what it is.
and then just pulls the top card off her deck. Ooh, okay. So we have the Ace of Cups.
I love that we're referencing tarot for supplemental.
You might be
Resolution
converting me,
mechanics.
Rainey.
Here we go.
All right.
It's
Oh,
very
sorry.
sooth-like.
So Bella knows this by hand. Sara does not. So Sarah's using the guidebook.
That's yeah. Everyone in chat's going, oh, what do we got?
So
See, takes a long time.
She pulls out the card, Ace of Cups, and she just kind of thinks, and she's like, yeah, no, I got this, because Ace of Cups represents a new way of feeling, intuition, and inspiration.
Nice.
So she's going into this going like, all right, we got this. And I cannot show this card on stream because of Twitch
Ooh.
terms of service.
Ooh.
Some of my cards might be a little racy.
as Troy's son is on chat going like, show.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna put this off to the side. But yeah, so what am I rolling for this?
I think this makes the most sense for it's like dexterity, it's like dexterousness, speed probably.
My speed and my brains are the same. I would have argued for either.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
It's certainly not power or weird. So.
yeah, so it's 2d4.
Okay, let's see what our highest result is.
My highest is a 4, but my other one's a 1.
That's okay. We only worry about the highest result unless we're dealing with a die from the teamwork pool if someone was helping you.
Hey buddy.
Hi.
Hey, Gabe.
Yeah, so that's a 4.
All right, so you get what you want and more. We see a bunch of kids from, there's some fledglings, there's some foundlings, there's some futures, and oh man, that's awesome. And so we see them all, and there's the little guides for how to tie knots, and we just see Bella, and intuitively, and you know what I mean, like her intuition takes over, and she starts just like folding them over her fingers and doing this as dexterously as just about anybody can. I mean, and what we find is that there's quite a few people who are doing pretty well, and like the race is getting kind of tense as I think Bella's losing at one point, and one of the counselors like checks a knot and just goes, "You got to do this one again." And Bella's like, oh, and like that's her moment, and she just kind of goes like, "Oh," and she sees the mistake she's about to make. That intuition kicks in, and she goes, "Oh," and she brings it back, ties it off, and then the last three, it's like, you're used to this with your mom's dresses. Anything happens, of course, that's blah blah, blah, and you just and all three of them flop down, and and then of all things, the counselors, one of them like blows a whistle, and all the kids like look up, and he goes, "Oh no, continue, but we have a winner," and then oddly, everyone looks over to just the goth girl sitting there, just like, all right, sweet,
Full
Excellent.
face of waterproof
Way to-
makeup, by the way.
Way to go, Bella.
waterproof makeup. Okay, and we cut over to a bunch of kids running wild in the woods. Just like pulling leaps off of things, and like one kid just like lips a rock, and she's like, "Frog!" And
Poison ivy.
yeah, just like grabs a toad. Dumb stuff. Okay, so DB, what's your mentality going into this bio blitz? You got a few minutes to just kind of like run in and do stuff. If you want, they hand you like a little like quick guide, just WB even use it.
As they do that, I go, I don't need that, thank you.
Yeah.
And I lace my my Bates tactical boots. I lace them tight so I can run quick.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm ready. I do
right.
one of these too. I go like this. I go.
Okay. Use
Get
your
an idea of
ears.
the direction of the wind.
You hear the bird calls and you identify birds by ear.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think for this? I have two potential, but mostly I think this is a brains roll.
I mean, it could be speed and brains, and I kick ass because I got a 3 in both.
Yeah, you got 3 in both, so it doesn't matter for you.
I was born for this shit, Rene.
This is your
Damn,
shit.
yeah, this kid was made for this.
Shit, bro.
All right, go ahead and roll me
They're like,
3d4.
identify animals and plants. Oh, but do it quick. I'm like, motherfucker Jones.
I basically made a Camp Pine Island game that's just like, do Rady's job for like a little bit.
Rainey's
Two raised.
Okay, so I will do this. What would you like me to roll? Brains or speed?
Let's go with brains because it's more about knowing where to find things and knowing what those things are. So like speed is a factor, but
Okay. So I roll 3d4, correct?
3d4, and we're
First one's a 2.
okay.
Second one's a 3.
Oh,
Third one's a 1.
okay.
So 3.
So we got a 3. So you get what you want, but there are complications. I don't think the complications, there's not going to be like consequences during these games. This is just like showing how the mechanics of the system work. I think you don't take the guide and you're out there and you're like grabbing stuff, and then you're just like, wait a second, is this this or this? Oh no, is this like and you just get caught up on a couple of things, and you make your notes and you bring it into the counselors, and it's that you didn't take the guide and you did get a couple wrong, and you're like, I should have known that. Like, oh my goodness, and basically it's just those little things that you had to guess to keep the speed up. You do great.
Got cocky.
You got a little cocky. You did very well,
I got a little
but
cocky.
yeah, you definitely put on a good show for your team. I think, no shame in your performance.
Who beat me though? Because I'm gonna take note of that.
Who
Mental
beat
note.
you? Oh, this is great. Who beat you was a fledgling.
Oh.
This
a little
kid
8-year-old girl named Elena is like
sh-
incredibly good at birdsong, and she had like 5 birds like that, like it just filled out her list so fast that she was just like, I heard all of these birds, and the counselors are like, yeah, that makes that tracks, and like they can't discount her, plus she's 8, so they're like, amazing. Like, okay,
Here's what I do. When I get back to the rest of the gang, I'm like, and then I like take a couple deep breaths and I go, don't let them see you struggle for air. And I say that to myself in my head. And then I look at the rest of you and I go, this Elena chick, she's got to go. And I just leave it at that. I just leave it at
You
that.
know,
adorable
we're, like,
little girl.
all here for the full summer, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I like grill Elena from across the field.
Like, I know it's like your first
Gotta
time
go.
at
She gotta go.
school.
I kind of like this kid.
Yeah. Walter is ruthless.
All right.
Bella and Miranda just look at each other like,
So then we cut to tug of war, and we do get the rest of the team here. We're not going to do teamwork pool for dice on this. I think we're just going to basically say that this lives and dies on Chet's shoulders for your team for sure.
As it should,
it.
yo.
Yeah.
So Chet's just like, all right. So like, little dude, like you get.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Right.
I'm pretty sure both Belladonna and WB have won in their power pools,
you
right?
are correct.
Yeah, and I think Miranda would
What?
also probably have a 1. So
All right,
I mean,
so
like, it
Chet's
really
like,
is
so
Chet.
Chet's gonna like inspect the team, and he's like, all right, let's see it, and he's just like kind of like squeezes like
Listen,
WB's arms,
you
and he's
all
like,
seen-
all right, hold on, yep, okay, all right, so here's what we're gonna do, like, all right, little dude, you're in front, okay, and then we got like Miranda, and then you, Belladonna, you just be like right in front of me, okay, like that's cool, and then I'll just like I'll anchor it, all right,
Smooth.
I'll anchor it, anchor it, all right, so like we're gonna win this, we're gonna win it, right? Come on, hands in, we're gonna win this shit, right?
Actually, you know what? Miranda is in. Miranda's just like, yeah, let's go, and she puts her hand in.
Yeah, let's. Oh, my
Everybody
bad,
else
little
on
man.
Everyone else on the other team has inferior footwear. Put my hand in.
You right. You right.
Right, let's do this. And then he's just like does a couple like squat jumps. He's like, gonna win. Fur! And he just like grabs the rope and he's like, fucking do this shit.
Oh man. Okay, so please roll.
Lets out a guttural animal scream.
The other team is just 4 fledglings.
I got 2 3s,
Bunch of
double 3s,
8-year-olds.
2 3.
including on one of my full moon dice. But yeah, 2 3s.
Yeah. I think that you know what happens is this is gonna be a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Chet, your ego is wounded because you guys don't win. Like you're dug in and you're pulling and you're pulling and you're pulling. Belladonna's boots don't exactly have great traction. Those, you know, that huge
She can run in them, but traction.
yeah. WB's trying his best, but
Misjudged.
he's not great. And Miranda actually, you know what happens is Miranda slips, and so you guys lose a lot of ground fast. And like there's like that tie in the middle, right? So they're like judging it to like go one way or the other. She slips and falls. You're trying your best. You're digging in with your cleats, and you're pulling. And you're pulling. The other team has a couple futures as well, and they managed to just eke it out and pull it. But what happens is at the end, and Sara, let me know if Belladonna, you can approve or disapprove of this. As this all happens, like they pull, and Chet just gives one last angry and pulls, and all of you just fall back onto Chet.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Chet in his mind is like counting this as a win.
Yeah, right. Total win.
Yo, I got the last tug.
Right.
Hashtag the last tug. That's what it's
Hashtag
called.
last tug.
That's what this
no.
game is called. The
It's
last tug.
probably not actually the last tug for Chet.
Oh, no,
but anyway,
no. No.
Trojan
I'm already
man.
ready to down.
it's 139. So
Wow.
I got it.
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
he's like, all right.
I'm ready.
All right, he's like, all
Hashtag.
right. It's cool. No worries. Great job, Miranda. Just great job. Doesn't matter, right? We left it all out there. We left it on the field. And then he just like
all right.
whacks. He just like claps WB on the shoulder, but just like a little too hard, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, and Miranda
Yeah,
actually gets up.
WB doesn't know what affection looks like. What the fuck is this?
And Miranda gets up and looks at you and just goes like, "Sorry, I slipped. We'll get him. We'll get him in the
No,
next
it's
game.
good. It's good. Don't blame yourself.
End of
It's
summer
okay.
games.
Yeah,
End of
it's
summer
fine.
games.
It's fine. You don't blame yourself.
Randy,
we did it.
you
We did it as a team.
Miranda, you dominated at the firefly catching despite helping the opposition.
Backhanded compliment from WB, and she just looks and she's just like, "The little kids like fireflies. It's gonna make them happy in their cabins tonight." So yeah, there's this great event. Everybody's like cheering. You know, like there's nothing goes out yet. It's the first days. And you all get your first, not mechanical badge, but you all get your first badge, like your Pine Island badge. So
yeah.
WB gets it. The three of you all, you know, the three futures definitely have this already. But,
We've had our first year badge
yeah,
somewhere.
but you know what it is? Every badge every year, this one with the year on it. So now
Oh,
this,
hell
the
yeah.
2022 one.
Can I have a little quick aside when they give me my badge? I go up to Belladonna and I say, Belladonna, you dominated the competition in your event more so than any of us. I would be honored if you would pin this badge on me.
Aw.
I know. I need to know how Chet feels about this.
Chet's just like, bro.
Chet's like, bro's got game.
I also like that WB as an 11-year-old talks like a competition show host.
Yeah.
You dominated above all
does.
others.
And she's just like, this is a weird little kid, whatever. Yeah,
Do you pin it on me?
Yeah.
Bro.
She does it like
Oh
fucking
my
right on
God.
the lapel.
Fucking-
Yeah.
Fucking
Bro.
chest out, bro. So proud, standing at attention.
You salute her.
She looks over. She does like the salute that IRL do, the two finger salute.
Yeah, the head turn.
Oh god.
Oh man, this is just making WB as like a little soldier boy is my new favorite thing.
Yeah.
So stupid. All right. Okay. All right. So,
Oh my god.
you guys,
Colonel WB.
oh man. So you guys, finish the games, go back to your cabins. There's dinner, and then that night, once again, all of the cabins have like either a future or a counselor who's assigned to them to make sure, like, you know, it's like an RA in college, right? So make sure, like, you know, any disputes get settled, any kind of curfew is stuck to, and things like that. And basically what happens is that first night, everybody's rounded up yet again, and there's a big fire in the center of camp, and basically there's like, you know, like amphitheater almost, right? Like it's like a depressed little area with a big bonfire, you know, with a stone fire pit, so that way it's nice and safe, and like they teach fire lessons here and stuff like that. There's like plenty of places to get it out, but there's like a circular or like octagonal with benches that have been carved, and like all the kids sit around, and it is the annual telling of the obviously you got to have a horror story, right, at camp. There's like a storytelling competition over the course of the summer, like every like few weeks there's just like a new story or whatever, and counselors get to tell their stories. But this is night one, so of course it is going to be told by Todd. Hi everybody, it's Todd again, head counselor boy.
Oh god, what's the name of the fucker that I played last game? Craig?
That you played last game?
When I ran the fucking NPC that Christian's character hated, was it Craig?
Oh, it was Craig.
Oh yeah, Craig the
this
boss.
is Craig's son, Todd.
This is Craig's son, Todd. Yeah, for sure. My dad is one of the best furniture salesmen in all of central western Wyoming. And which is apparently where
Makes sense.
This
It's
is
an ottoman.
the outskirts in Cuyahoga County.
Yeah. Boo Todd, boo in the chat. This is exactly what I wanted. Of course, you should not like that.
Fucking Tad.
Fucking
WB
Tad.
looks at Belladonna and he's like, explains why this guy's a footstool. Just shooting
Fuck
fire.
that guy. Fuck that guy. So all right, Sarah, did you want to flip a card for the horror story?
Yeah.
I saw you shuffling. I didn't know.
I'm shuffling the whole time.
Yeah.
On and off, partially because it's a good thing for me old fidget fingers over here, but also partially because it fits
For
Belladonna.
ye old
Mhm.
fidget fingers.
Listen,
over
The
here.
old fidget
The old
fingers.
fidget fingers, like it's also tough because the cards are huge. My hands are tiny.
That was what they called.
Tail,
That was what
evil.
they called medieval. Oh, I was gonna make a sex toy joke. Never mind.
Medieval masturbation. Ye old fidget fingers.
Fidget fingers. Yeah.
So
The devil will get you, he will.
I presume
Ye old
that-
fidget
Look at Christian's face. He just
Ye
I
old-
presume like the whole team is sitting together or whatever.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
trying
sorry,
so
Sarah.
hard.
I'm
It's
sorry.
fine.
In fairness, it's actually Rene this time. It's not me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen.
Oh man.
Okay, well, a card literally fell out as I was shuffling.
Oh, you know what? I think that's exactly how it happens, right? It's like this
Yes.
ghost story. And you know what happens? Is Belladonna is shuffling and she's just like, oh, fuck this story every time, whatever. Like, you know, every year she's just like, they're so cheesy, whatever. And then a cold wind
Wait.
blows through.
Okay. 2 cards fell out.
Oh.
Oh.
Remember before the stream when I said if I drew the Empress, I would scream, the fucking Empress is here!
Wow.
All right.
With the 5 of Swords. So hold on.
Okay. So yeah, and as I described the scene and why this happens, right?
Yes.
I think what happens is a cold wind out of nowhere. This is summer camp, right? Like it's peak summer. It's probably around this time of year, right? Like early July. You're there probably July and August.
A balmy 104 with
100. Yeah, it's supposed to be hot. It's night out, and like it's a cool, high 60s, maybe something like that. Like
that's a
on
little chilly.
Well, I mean, this is a secluded area, right? It's in the pines. It's on a lake. You're gonna have those winds blowing in
the
but
mountains.
A very chill. Yeah, it's in the mountains. A very chill wind breezes through, and as Belladonna is shuffling, 2 of her cards flip, and she manages to grab one of them off the ground, and flip it to see the Empress. And then what we see is, I think we see.
Can me and Chet make opposing speed rolls to catch the other card?
Okay, that's great. I love that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. We both see it go flying in the wind, and we both lunge for it.
Okay.
Let's see who gets it, baby. 3d4. Let's go.
Yeah, both of you get 3d4.
So my first one's a 4.
Nope, you beat me because my highest is a 3.
3, and then 4. I got 2 4s.
That's a critical success.
WB gets it.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That's a
Fucking
critical
kid.
success.
Yeah.
Cool, but WB Mason, motherfucker.
I hate that your name is WB Mason. But yeah, so I think that what happens is we see both Chet and we get that very fun, like tense scene of like Chet and WB both like their eyes like shoot to one another as they see the corner. They both like lunge for it, right? And Chet should be able to just shoulder this kid out of the way, but he's just a little too quick and just scoops it up. And then we see like Belladonna's looking at the Empress going like, interesting. And then as she looks up, it's just WB, and like Chet's like dusting himself. It's whatever.
Oh shit.
And
Yeah,
WB's
exactly.
just like, you dropped this.
Huh.
And what do we got?
Cool.
What do we got?
So the
That was
Empress
solid,
is
Christian.
interesting because she tends to talk about like the ending of projects, but that's not really quite fitting. But she could also refer to like restrictions being removed from something.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And
86 camp counselors, son.
and like, but then okay, 5 of Swords. Hold on.
5 of Swords.
Cool. So 5 of Swords talks about like purifying or tempering something,
Okay.
but it also talks about like defense of the wronged and courage and energy.
Okay.
So like restrictions are going away and energy and power is coming in.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Oh snap! As that
I
cold
still
wind
can't
blows.
fucking believe the Empress
The
fucking
Empress
dropped.
came out.
I'm so happy.
So we get that cold wind and the 2 cards, and as we see Belladonna, her face kind of turns and she furrows her brow, thinking about what this could mean. She's trying to put together these things when we hear Todd, and he steps forward and he's just like, "Welcome to Camp Pine Island, your home for the summer. This place is wonderful. There's nature to be explored. There are wonders to be learned about. There is dangers to learn how to overcome and survive out here in the wilds. However, this place was not always safe as a camp. No, this place, Camp Pine Island, the area here has a dark and checkered history." And it gets quiet, right? Like all of the kids get quiet, and we see Todd, and he kind of just like slowly circles, telling the story around to that stone fire pit. And other counselors are, walking up and down the aisles, just like making sure kids aren't like goofing around too much, right? And he says, back in the early 1800s, people were packing everything they owned into wagons and setting out to find a home somewhere on a map where so little was known, they prayed for paradise and hoped that it wasn't their last mistake. Eventually, people found this very valley and the rich resources that could provide for a good many families if they all just pitched in. One of those families had a wagon that carried a little girl. Her name has been lost to time, but her story is written in the old roads at the abandoned camps, logging and mining sites, north in the mountains and the pines. You see, this little girl was bouncing on the back of her family's wagon on the way to a new life and he drops a new log into the fire and embers flare, sparks shoot up in the air, and he goes, "Fuck." She goes, she dropped her only doll off the back of the wagon. Now, mind you, there's a caravan of wagons and families all coming to town, but that doll was all this little girl had. So she choked back tears, summoned all of her bravery, and jumped down to run for it and grab it. And all of a sudden, all of the counselors stomping their feet up and down the aisles in between all of this stuff. She ran. She ran as fast as she could. She hopped over wheel ruts and hoof prints, and she was just about, and he's reaching out towards one of like the fledgling faces. It's Elena, of course, right? And he's just reaching out just about there, and his hand stops. And all of a sudden, all of the other counselors stop, and stop. And we just hear a female counselor in the woods or somewhere else just goes, ah, and we hear a scream.
Fuck.
That's awesome, Rene. Yeah.
And he goes,
so good.
and he goes,
so camp. I love it.
yeah, exactly. He goes, ever since then, in the woods at night here on Pine Island, people claim to see a little girl, lantern in hand, lights flickering, dancing through the pines, crying, looking for her doll. And we see like Elena is just like like about to cry because he's just like at her hand right there. And then
It brings WB joy.
yeah, all the counselors are clapping, all of the counselors clapping, and he just goes, this summer I want you all to find something and experience something that makes you want to write a story, makes you want to experience life out here. And he goes, well, I hope that didn't scare you too much to get a good night's rest, because tomorrow we're getting up bright and early and we're gonna explore Camp Pine Island. Good night, campers. And like it's just like a chance for everybody to disperse, but like you can see like there's quite a few people who are like, oh, it's scary, you know, like little fledglings who are like crying, and counselors are like, it's okay, it was just a story, relax, it's fine, it's, you know.
Have we heard that story before?
No, I think this is the
Okay.
first time you've heard that story.
Like,
He tells a different story every year,
Yeah.
kind of thing, you know.
Yo, that was a good one. Like last year's was lame.
Todd actually stepped it up this year, getting
Yeah.
everyone else involved.
Todd,
That's
how
so
old is
smart.
Todd, Rainey?
I'm gonna say Todd's like 22,
Okay, early 20s. Okay,
early 20s.
all right. I'm sizing him up.
You're sucked. He's twice your
My shot
age.
for dominance.
Todd's got a fanny pack, dude. Todd's got like the over the shoulder, like, you know, survival. He's got everything. Todd is ready.
He's well equipped, I will say.
He's well equipped.
Oh yeah, he's the lead counselor. He's got to have everything ready.
Head council boy.
It was a good story, I must say.
You ever
Um,
heard a ghost story before, kid?
My dad tells me stories every now and then. He doesn't go into detail too much.
You
You
gotta
know.
add detail to get a good story.
I just kind of look off into the fire like a 1,000-yard stare, and I go,
the context of
you know,
that
the war
sentence.
and all.
Yeah, it's like in the distance, it's like
Wait, does he actually say the war?
Yeah,
Explosions.
what I do is I say, my dad tells me stories every now and then. He doesn't go too into detail though. And then I look off into the fire with a 1,000-yard stare, and the camera pans into view, and I go, you know, the war and all.
11-year-old face. It makes it so funny. This 11-year-old to be like, the war.
And Bella goes from like chill to just like
So good.
just goes back to focusing on her cards.
Oh man, that's pretty funny.
yeah, Chet's just like, dude.
Dude.
All right, so now we actually get to play the game proper. I'm sorry, I'm having too much fun just goofing around on camp shit.
This
Um,
is so
Oh, this
good,
is
bro.
so much
No, this is
fun.
great. This is
So
great,
good.
Randy. Yeah.
So that night, it is uncharacteristically cold at Camp Pine Island. The cabins do not have heating. You know, there's maybe like a wood stove. I think each one has a wood stove. That's another like future or counselor thing to like, you know, maintain over the course of the night and stuff. Oh, Troy's got to go refill. For the record, Troy, I think
One bottle.
Oh, okay.
It's just one bottle. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a glass. It's just a big glass.
So yeah, I think that each of you are in different cabins, which is going to make this interesting. But you're all on the same team, and I think let's see how this should happen.
They're kind of like face each other. They're like a quad kind of.
Yeah, I think if they
Yeah,
all
that
face
would
like
be
the
good.
pole, right?
Oh,
They all face
hydrate.
the pole.
Hydrate for everyone that has a drink next to you.
Hydrate.
Drink something. Be good.
Rhubarb mead. Thank you, whoever hydrated us.
Doc Boyd.
That was Doc
That'd be
Boyd.
Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Boyd.
A boy
Yep.
Doc.
I love that.
As docs should do. Make sure you hydrate. Stay hydrated.
That's right, baby.
Okay, so I think that what's fun. I think that this is going to be the fun way to do this. All of you are in your bunks that night. Very important question, actually. Top bunk or bottom bunk? Who's what?
Top.
Bottom. Bottom implies stability.
I would like to think there's probably a hierarchy too of like who
You
gets
just
what.
call it.
Yeah, futures
Yeah.
call it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bella's top bunk, but only because she bought one of those little like bed pouches where it kind of like dangles off the side so she can put her important stuff in it, like her mirror, her makeup, her cards, her scrunchie, like.
Scrunchy, yeah, of course.
Here's the thing. Whoever I'm bunking with is older than me and called top bunk because it's cooler. And then I said to myself, bottom implies stability.
Is yeah, actually could WB and Chet be in the same?
Sure. Yeah, if we're gonna talk.
Fuck. Okay, so Chet calls top bunk first, and I'm like, you beat me to it this time. Little dig on the card reference.
On the
from
card
earlier.
reference.
Yeah, bro, whatever. If you want to like simp to her, like that's fine. I don't care.
She's
I
an
mean-
11-year-old kid.
You sure he's
Whatever,
11?
man. I just like her boots and her not.
Yeah,
tying
sure you
bows,
do.
bro.
Yeah, okay, dude. Whatever. Simp.
Hey, just out of curiosity, how many push-ups can you do, like consecutively?
What do you care? You want to have a contest?
No, you would definitely beat me. I'm just curious.
I'd probably do like 80, 100. Why? Like,
I feel like my dad could do more.
I don't see your
But I
dad
just-
here.
Such a weird flex. Like such a weird flex.
Yeah, but that's like an 11-year-old flex, right?
My dad's
Like,
so much stronger than you are.
yeah, my dad's super strong. And then I just try to go to bed.
He's Chet's just like, your dad's not here, dude.
Oh man. And that's actually when we get that scene. He's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Your dad's not here. And then we just see WB and he just pulls out the multi-tool and he's like, one at a time.
It's got green beret on it, and I'm like,
Yep. And you're
So
like
sad.
familiarizing yourself with all of the tools.
you
Excellent.
cut me deep, bro. You cut me deep. I didn't even know it.
Chet climbs up on top of his on the bunk and pulls out the manga that he bought to read because that's his weird.
Oh yeah, there we go.
He goes, whatever, fucking weeb.
Yeah.
And he pulls out
No,
his mouth.
Chet's definitely like fully under the covers, like a flashlight, just going like,
Yeah,
nobody knows.
he's just like he's reading
knows
like
I read.
he's reading Naruto and he's just
Thinking to himself, does that make me more aerodynamic?
he's
Speaking of, I need to go get ice.
like,
All right.
We don't need
Well.
to do a scene for this, but I just, out of curiosity, what age ranges are in the cabins? Because I had a dumb idea that just makes me like giggle a little.
Well, I think that since we just discovered that futures and foundlings can bunk together, I think that it only makes sense that like the youngest kids would be in the same rooms, because that way it's one more structure of like, you know what I mean, like level of responsibility for anyone older to take care of younger.
Yeah, so I think like just for fun, like as they're getting ready for bed, like Bella does little like 1-card readings for all the little kids that want them, and she
Mhm.
makes them all sound like
Super nice.
interesting and
Yeah.
cool and
Okay.
just like, but like make sure all of them are different.
you've
like,
got the Hanged Man. It's so
Yeah.
good.
she
Yeah,
like
right.
definitely like
Mm.
peeks before she like reveals,
Yeah.
just in case she draws like death. And she's
Yeah.
like, not giving a little kid death.
Yep.
All right, Princess of
Yeah.
Cups, here we go.
Yeah, right. Great. Yeah. So like, and like only if you can, it's night one. So like you're just like, if anybody wants a reading, like, you know what I mean? Like, and like you get a couple kids, maybe a couple little kids come in, and it's just like, and like the kids who've been here year after year are just like, oh, this is always so cool. She does this like crazy thing, dude. She like tell the future, and like you get, like little girls are just like,
Yeah, she's just like entertaining the next generation of goths.
Yeah. There's one little girl who's just like, does it say anything about Chad in there?
What?
Chad? Does it say anything about? And like, actually, you know what I mean? Yeah, like it's just like one girl.
Well, the thing is that it never names names, but you got to go with your intuition. If you're thinking about this and the card I pull fits right, then it's right.
You know what? And I think Miranda's in your cabin, and she's just like, yeah, and she's just like, oh, like, okay, I'm thinking of somebody.
Okay. Okay.
Just,
so let's
one card. All
right.
Yeah.
So
I love this so
much. Are you
much.
thinking of a present or a future?
Well, I mean, does the summer count as present or?
Yeah, you know what? If we're talking the summer, let's go present. All right.
Yep.
I need you to tell me when to stop shuffling.
And she closes her eyes and she goes, now.
All right. Okay.
I want it to be something like ridiculous.
The Three of Pentacles.
Okay.
Three of Tentacles?
Testicles?
Tentacles!
Three
Jesus
testicles?
Tentacles.
Christ.
Tentacles? Testicles?
I drew 3 testicles?
Manga? What?
God.
I hate all of you.
That's hentai you're thinking of.
Yeah, wrong.
Yeah. I'm here
Wrong
potato
on all
potato.
levels.
So she looks at the card and kind of thinks for a minute. It's Three of Pentacles. Interesting. So this isn't one that always refers to people.
I thought they were doing tarot readings mid camp stream.
But
We're like, we
This is
made this
awesome.
game, but we're just doing tarot
I'm
cards.
sorry. Yeah,
That's okay.
I
Fine.
made this character. I didn't realize this was gonna happen. So she goes, so it doesn't always refer to people, but it does refer to skill.
Okay.
Gaining skill in something. And it also deals with gaining goods. So you're gaining skill, you're gaining something you want. So
She's like,
maybe it's a person, maybe it's something.
He's like, or maybe he's gonna get me something cool. Thanks, Bella. And she like walks away. Yeah.
What I wasn't gonna read in character is literally the first word under the interpretation of the Three of Pentacles is pregnancy.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
That's not the story
Oh
we're
my
telling
God.
here.
That is
No,
not
no,
the
no.
story we are
That's not
telling
the story we're
here.
telling.
So I just went with everything after that. Everything after that.
Well, yeah, that makes that a lot funnier. All right, cool.
God damn.
So, all right. That night, all of you are in your bunks. Actually, the 4 of you, yeah. So like 2 in one, 2 in the other cabin. And I think that all of you awaken in the middle of the night, and all of you hear crying. No one else in your cabins is awake. Actually, each of you are quickly realize, for example, Belladonna, you recognize, or I'm sorry, Isabella, you recognize that Miranda is
Bella.
awake. Yeah, Miranda is awake, and she's kind of like starting to walk out like the front. Futures have a little bit of leeway, so she's walking out into like the front of the cabin. She's like, do you hear that? And Chet and WB, you guys also hear this crying outside. It sounds like a young girl crying.
So Chet wakes up right away and he's like, kid, you all right? What are you, like, homesick? And he just like looks down to see if it was WB crying first. And he's like, oh no, sorry, dude.
I kind of roll over and
No, I just, like, there's nothing wrong with that if you are. I thought it might be you, but what? Do you hear that?
yeah, I thought it was you.
Why would I cry? Just check it
I
out.
don't know, testosterone or hormone imbalances. I don't know, puberty, whatever that entails.
He just starts like reading, like
Whatever
he's just
that
like
entails.
The Karen keeping of you.
he just knows like his middle school biology textbook. He's like, excuse me, your hormones are.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know, hormone imbalance.
I'm
like,
my hormones are fine.
We should check it out.
I'm cool. Do you want to go check this out? Yeah, let's go. Bring your little
Yes,
tool.
I do. This is what I'm here for.
So,
I kind of like follow behind you, closely behind you. I'm like, you can lead the way.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Bella kind of
Yeah, I'll protect you, little dude. Don't worry.
and like tugs her boots on really quick and
I tug my cleats
Yeah.
on very quick.
Time out. Are you all in pajamas though? Because this is just
yes.
funny. Excellent.
No,
Absolutely.
Chet
So-
wears.
Oh yeah,
like,
whatever. It's jammies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chet wears like a basketball jersey and just like shorts.
Cool.
So-
Actually, boxers. Boxers. He's in his boxers.
Wait, is he going out in
WB
his boxers?
Hmm?
Is he going out of the cabin in his boxers?
He's just like, oh, no. He grabs a pair of shorts and like pulls them on.
Basketball shorts? All right.
Yeah, basketball shorts.
WB was sleeping in his full clothes.
Still has the belt on and everything.
I literally do that, by the way.
You do that?
Well, you have to for
At
work.
work,
Oh,
I
yeah,
literally sleep in my full uniform.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
everybody's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Got tears in my pocket. Fucking, it's fine.
So what's Bella? Bella's got the boots on, but
Yeah, she's got the boots. It's a tank top she got at an Evanescence concert. And because again, listen, Bella is the bitch I wish I was at 13. I fucking love Evanescence. So it's an Evanescence t-shirt and then like just like a really plain pair of like black cotton shorts.
all right. Sweet. So yeah, and Miranda's in like matching top and bottom.
Makeup still Gucci though?
No. Bella at least knows that you have to clean your makeup off before you go to bed. No. She learns proper makeup
I am seeing
etiquette.
the unfiltered Bella.
Yeah,
right
you guys are seeing Bella without makeup, which nobody sees. Except
this is
like the
important.
girls in her cabin. Like she knows Miranda knows her, like she's cool with that, whatever. But like when
this
she's
is
out of the
important.
cabin, she's fully done up. She does not think she's seeing anyone but Miranda and like a crying child.
Okay.
And she does not
Yeah.
care about that right now.
All of you do walk out. You notice that nobody else is coming out of any of the cabins. But the four of you, the team from the Pine Island Games, are seemingly the only people who've awoken at this. And you all make your way out to the center with that big pole in the middle. And you hear again a cry off in the distance, in the woods a little bit, not far away. And you all find yourselves in the middle, and before any of you can say anything, there are just a few little blinking lights. Might be fireflies, but they seem a little bigger and a little paler, maybe. And they just kind of like pulse strangely. And then when one of these pulses goes off, you actually see that it silhouettes something, and it's the silhouette of a small girl. And she's just wandering and walking out into the woods.
Oh crap! Is that Ariana girl?
Oh shoot, she was so scared earlier.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Ooh. All right. Let's go get her.
Leave her to whatever demise she may face.
Miranda literally smacks you upside the head, and she's just like, she goes, "That's a little girl. You need to protect those who can't protect themselves. You should know that."
I just kind of whisper under my breath.
Yeah. Come on, Blackhawk down. This is a rescue mission. Let's go.
Later.
Yeah.
Blackhawk down.
Once again, we get that 1,000-yard
WB
stare.
just looks at you like you just smacked him in the face. And
His
he's
dad.
like,
His
"Fuck,
dad was
bro."
literally there. Again, he looks over. And it's like.
You get the 1,000-yard
I
stare. and he
just
goes,
have a
"The war.
flashback.
The
I
war."
just have a flashback.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
I kind of look at you guys and I go, "What do you think? These are the counselors? Are they trying to play a trick on us, or?"
I don't know, dude, but we can't just let a
Be
kid
lights
run
or
around in the
something.
woods in the middle of the night.
They don't do that
No way.
this late.
Yeah, there's a strict curfew. Like they're not letting anybody out,
Yeah.
especially not somebody who looks as young as a fledgling.
Yeah, no.
First day, no one would do this for sure.
No. No,
Yeah.
listen, I've been to this camp since I was 9. This isn't I think something's lost. And she just starts heading.
Okay.
Oh, wait, be careful. I got a flashlight. He follows after and like shines it so you don't like trip.
Yep. Yeah, I think all of you, like we said, like the the basics are kind of covered. So I think that all of you have a flashlight. That makes plenty of sense.
So so then Bella absolutely she's got like a small
Can I-
string bag that's like slung over her side, and all that's in it are her tarot cards and a little flashlight.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be using the little tiny compass on my multi-tool.
Okay.
So I don't have a flashlight in my hands. So I'm just kind of using the compass, trying to stay close to Bella.
Okay. All right. Cool. And yeah, Miranda's got another flashlight, and so there's 2 flashlights and 2 people just kind of, or Bella's got one as well, and
They're all just kind of doing the search mode.
the 4 of you wander into the woods. No counselors see you do this. Nobody is stirring in camp, in the cabins, and all of you begin wandering off into the woods.
It's totally a great idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Great idea.
Immediately, as you enter the woods, the sound just is eerily silent. Pines kind of really deaden a lot of sound. There are some low spruces and things like that. There are trails through here that obviously you'd be familiar with from camp. They head to different areas that are for like recreation or activities or what have you. But quickly, you guys find yourself on one of these trails, and the trail kind of goes cold for a minute. Do any of you have like what is it that you'd be doing to track this sound just by?
I think before we get too deep, I would call out like, "Hey, hey, we're over here. Are you lost?"
Okay.
I would just call out loudly like that. Like,
yep.
Again, socially awkward. I'm just like, is somebody lost? Hello, we're here.
No, totally makes sense. You're calling out. You're not getting any responses, and the crying stops. Like almost like the response stops when you start calling out to it. But
I look at the other 3 of you just totally dumbfounded, like.
But when you yell, another one of those pulsing lights off the trail, and then it's gone, during the silence.
Whoa.
Maybe it's her flashlight?
Could be. If it's going out, like, I don't want her stuck out here alone, you know?
I mean, yeah, like they give even the littles flashlights. Like, all right.
Let's just, like, make sure we all stay together, though, all right?
Yeah, totally. I don't
Yeah.
want anyone else getting lost.
If we're gonna go off any of these trails, we should start marking our path.
Nice.
Yeah, good idea, bro. Like, can you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew you could.
Okay. I think
number 1, and I carved the number sign and then 1 into a tree.
Okay.
Because we're number 1, bro.
All right, that is a smart plan. Now there's no chance of you failing this, but I do want to put this to slightly to a roll. Because this is going to represent, this isn't representing you carving the number 1. This is representing you guys traveling a little off trail and maintaining a kind of system here.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
What are you thinking? I mean, this is probably brains. This is a very
intelligent
intelligent plan.
That too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
WB.
First one's a 1, so not great.
Okay.
Second one's a 1, so not great. The third one's a 4, so pretty
okay. So you get the 4.
Thank God.
Yeah. So you're doing just fine. You're doing exactly, what you think is the right thing to do. You're carving. I think that since only the 4 matters, you're carving as you make your own trail. You find a deer trail at one point, and you're kind of ducking in and out. And 3 of you have flashlights, so you're flashing it in the direction of things. And actually, I think every time WB carves something, instead of just the sound of like into the wood, every time you do it, it's like almost like you hear like a cry from like somewhere else every time you're cutting into the trees here.
Could I, and this will be entertaining because chat is not that smart, but can I make a just a brains roll to see if we're like going in a circle?
Yes, go for it.
Okay. 4.
So obviously,
can you
right?
please do this? Can your character please do this?
Yes. He's like, hold on.
Just because you saw me do it.
Yeah, actually, he looks at you first and he's like,
am I doing this right?
Do you
we're
think,
good.
Did we, I think we walked past that like stump.
Yeah, the likelihood of you encountering the same tree that you carved a number on is very unlikely, even if you're doing circles. So that's when like Chet, who's not the smartest, he didn't come up with this plan, but he's like, wait a second. And he looks over and he's like, that stump looks familiar though. And then like you shine a few flashlights over and you see like the number 3 and then like the number 5 are like right kind of like near one another. And like it was a good plan or whatever, but now all of a sudden you guys are, not really making a lot of progress, and it does seem like these lights or these cries are leading you in circles. You're not getting very far. You're not getting anywhere really.
Should
Bella,
we get
what
a
are you
counselor?
doing?
Yeah.
Should we get a counselor, guys? It's late. I don't want to get in trouble or anything. I mean, it's our first day here.
I mean,
If someone's actually lost here, we need an adult.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I just, especially
Yeah.
since you're just wandering around, like I don't even know how far we came. Like, do you know Miranda?
Yeah, we look at Miranda.
Oh, sorry. Miranda looks
Traitor.
Miranda looks scared now. She's just kind of looking, and actually I think this is the perfect opportunity for Miranda to just like look and just go like, do you guys see that? And on one of the trees that she's holding her flashlight up, and it's like one of the trees that you carved on, all of a sudden hanging off of a low branch on that tree is like a creepy stick woven doll that's just like hanging there.
Bro, what the fuck?
Rainey says he can't do horror. Fuck you, you can't.
We said PG-13, bitch.
Yeah, PG-13 can still have creepy stick people.
Just creepy stick doll, just like hanging there.
Yo.
And actually, you highlighted another one of those trees. You swing over to the other one that was like, oh, that was right nearby, and all of a sudden, hanging from that one as well, a creepy bundle stick doll.
what the hell is that?
Yo, please tell me that's like some sort of like army thing there, Rambo.
I look at you and I'm like, that wasn't me.
I never seen anything like that. I'm from fucking Cleveland, so like,
Dude, no, you don't touch that.
I'm from Cleveland. Sorry,
I kinda-
don't know why that got me off guard. Like that was just like such a
Cleveland.
Yeah, Bella, roll me weird. Just roll me weird. You're the weird one. Let's see if
That's a 4.
that's a 4.
Nice.
It's 2 1s and a 4, but it's a 4.
That's wow, that's happening a lot tonight. That's crazy. So with the 4, you're looking at it and the story. You're reminded of the horror story that this girl wanders the woods with a lantern looking for her doll, and now dolls are appearing in these trees.
Oh my god. It's like the story Todd told earlier.
Miranda,
The dolls, right?
Miranda just kind of like sighs, and she just goes like, these stories, they're just camp stories. Like,
Well, yeah, I know, but it's just weird, right?
but-
they gotta be. This is a counselor's probably screwing with us, right?
yeah, but there was still a little girl that walked
Can
into
I-
the woods.
Yeah, but maybe they got one of them up to it. Maybe she's in on it.
Can
Oh,
I
yeah, they
inspect
would not do
the
that
doll?
to an 8-year-old.
Yeah, go for it.
As everyone is kind of talking, I'm going to move closer to the doll and look at it. I'm going to look at the doll itself and look at what it's hanging from.
Yep, yeah. So it's actually incredibly strange. These dolls are like, it looks like sticks that have been like bundled together and like certain portions, and then like they're tied with what look like almost wicks, right? Like they're like oily and like
Waxy.
Candle wicks?
waxy, yeah.
Mm.
And like there's a bundle around the part, like they're kind of just jammed in together. It's very bare bones looking, but then yeah, it's hanging from like almost like a wick like structure, from a branch, a low-hanging branch.
I kind of, as I'm looking at this and I look at the doll, I don't touch it, but I look at it.
Okay.
I kind of look back to you guys and I say, unless there's an Ace Hardware store somewhere nearby, I don't think these were made on the fly. They have wax covered wicks.
Well, I mean, there's like
Do
nothing
the-
around
do
here
this-
for miles.
Do the sticks that it's made with look new? Are they green where they're broken, or are they old?
Varied, but mostly old. mostly old and dry.
I'll make note of that as well. I'll say also that the sticks look like they're dead. They're old.
Yeah,
They're
they
dry.
weren't broken off recently.
Okay. So these were made some time ago. You know what? Maybe we're supposed to find this in the morning, and it's Todd's trying to win the scary story contest.
This is definitely fucking Todd. He's such a tool.
Yeah, it's definitely. We should just go back. Who's the counselor in our cabin? Is it Carrie? I can go check with Carrie and see if this is like a thing.
Miranda's just like, yeah, we should totally get Carrie.
Yeah.
She'll know what she'll
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
Totally.
Totally.
I kind of take my multi-tool with the knife is out and I hold the blade hand in my hand and I say, great idea. Cut it off.
No.
And I hold it out to somebody else.
No.
Dude, no. What the hell?
Look, I'm not.
Well, we need to bring it back.
No, we don't.
No one's gonna make the story.
Actually, WB, as you pull the knife out and hold it next to it, and you're just like, we got to cut it down. And as everyone's like arguing all of this, that's when like you do hear like another scream in the distance at that, like the wielding of a blade. And all of a sudden, all of you start seeing lights flicker in the woods, kind of nearby.
Oh shit! Yo, I flipped that shit around so I got the handle in my hand. I'm like,
okay.
I'll just like reach out my hand to see if Belladonna takes it.
Bella has been nervously shuffling her cards for the past 5 minutes because it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Oh, let's try the other one from Miranda. Fuck it, I'm 13.
Roll, you know what?
Spreading this shit out.
I don't know what this would be.
See what happens here. You gotta learn.
You know what?
You gotta adjust on the fly. Call an audible.
I want you to roll power on this one. This is a
it's a power move.
This is a power play.
2 3s.
2 3s. That's a success with. You know what it is? You get what you want, but there's a complication. Miranda does hold your hand, but Miranda drops
the fuck out of it.
No, she drops her flashlight, and when it hits the ground, the light goes out, and all of you notice that the light goes out, but it doesn't just like dim. Like the light, it bounces off the ground, and the light from the flashlight almost is like pulled out of it and like gets siphoned and sucked out into somewhere in the woods.
The hell was that?
You guys saw that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do something totally crazy. Okay, hear me out on this. Spirits? Spirits?
Roll weird.
Are you here?
Roll weird. 100% roll weird.
2 3 4. 2 3 4.
So you got a 4. So you're like, spirits, are you here? And you just hear, have you found my dolls? Would you like to come play with me?
I look at.
Do we all hear
rest
that?
of you and I go,
yep.
We need to go back right fucking now.
Okay. All right. You turn to run for it. You know what?
I'm gonna lead the way, bro.
I would like you to roll speed. How quickly can you
all of us?
turn? I think just right now, just WB. Yep, you get 3d4
dice,
on this.
Baby. Who but WB Mason?
Oh my god.
We're gonna get sued for using their
3.
They're not gonna notice
again.
us.
And a 4.
And a 4. Okay. So actually, what happens here is WB, you turn and you book it. You're like, oh hell no, oh hell no.
We gotta go back right now.
You start running. I want you to also make me a brains roll. Because
I also don't. I just want to point out I'm the only one without a flashlight. I don't have a flashlight.
That's great. Yeah. So I think that this is exactly what happens is it's fight or flight, and you flight. You flee.
I flight, bro.
You run and you're fast. You flight, bro. You flight
super fast.
You book it into the woods, and then not long after that, you realize I don't have a light source, and you turn around to look for your friends who have a couple of flashlights,
and they're gone.
You don't see the only lights you see are the occasional flicker of just a in the woods.
Oh God, dude, WB is so upset at himself right now. He's like, God, why could you be so stupid?
Come on.
Sorry, bud.
Oh, you said a bad word, Troy. Troy said a bad word. Okay. So the three of you, Miranda, Chet, and Bella, see WB just run out into the woods, and before you know it, you hear the rustling of all of like the shrubs and the undergrowth, understory he's running through, and then before you know it, you'll pull your flashlights out, you all point it, and you don't see him, you don't hear any sounds whatsoever.
WB.
Yo, kid.
Yeah, and Miranda's like, Scout boy.
Shit.
Okay. He definitely had to leave tracks, right? Like that kid's got some boots on, like, right?
Yeah, he's got like the weird like army boots on. Yeah.
He's got the heavy stuff. Okay. We could just follow his tracks.
All right.
Right?
That sounds like brains.
All right, we're gonna try. I gotta break.
Right?
Everybody like
I
stay
think so.
together though. Like stay together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is there a
totally.
primary? Who's doing this mostly?
It's
And
not.
do you want to use a
I have a
teamwork?
1 for
I'll do
brains.
it. I'll do
so,
it because
yeah.
she knows boot
It's
prints.
chat. It's
Do-
chat.
Chat,
Chat.
Do you want to help with a teamwork die or no?
Yeah, I'll give her a teamwork die.
Okay, so
Okay.
I roll 3 dice.
So you roll 2, and I want Chet to roll 1,
Right.
so that way
Okay.
we can determine if. Okay.
3 is my highest.
Okay. So yeah. So I think that you
Chet
start getting
comes
mixed
in
up by your
clutch.
own. You start getting mixed up by your own tracks that you, and like you're looking for like just one that like splits off, and you guys find it. That was a 4, so I think Miranda's still with you. I was gonna say if it wasn't a 4, Miranda was gonna get separated as well.
Oh my God.
So you start looking, and all right. I want WB to roll weird in the time it takes them to find you. So just so that way we can see if there's anything strange going on with WB.
I get 1 dice, Rene. I get one dice.
He's going like, I can't believe I'm so stupid. I ran away.
He's like, I committed the
should
cardinal sin of
rationalize
survival.
this. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I separated the
don't go-
party.
Don't go alone. Yeah, don't be alone. A 2. Okay. A 2 is a partial failure. You don't get what you want, which is just holding it together, really. You are just struggling. And I think what happens is I have a bunch of so in the game Pine Island, if you get our game in the future, there are prompts,
Which you should.
and we recommend some moves that each threat has access to. I'm going to use one of the Lantern Girl's moves right now, and that is going to be to release will-o-wisps. You guys have been seeing these pulsing lights, but and this is what you guys all run into and see as you find WB. You're following the things, and then all of a sudden you look up, and it's almost like he's looking at his compass, going like, where are they? And like all of a sudden, like you're trying to find it by like the moonlight that's barely coming through, and then like a light goes, and you're like, oh, that's much better. Oh no! And then all of a sudden, like not far off in the woods, right in front of your face, roughly like a 12 to 18 inch just orb of light just kind of like shows up there, and you're like, oh, that's really bright. And then you look, and they're like on you in like weird ways that like it feels like dandelion fluff, but it's just light, and like they'll woof out, but you can still feel it on you. Yeah, and I think because you rolled a 2, there are 2 on you. There's like one on like this arm, and like one that you can feel like right in the middle of your back. Okay, the 3 of you run forward and find WB, and he's just like shaking, looking at his compass, and he's like,
Do we see them?
Yes, as like he turns around to you. That's like actually a great shot, right? Like you see his back, and like whoop, like the light like does that, and like at first you think it's just another one of those lights, but then you notice there's a body on it, and he turns, and then whoop, another one like on his arm, and like you see like how bright his lights are. He's kind of like struggling to see.
I start yelling for help in like Hebrew.
In like every language you know. Just like-
Whoa, WB, hey, kid.
Holy
hey,
shit,
we're
he's
here.
talking in
We're
tongues.
here. Chat.
And Miranda's just
Hey.
like, that's Hebrew, idiot.
Oh,
I go to
I don't
synagogue.
fucking know.
Hey,
I'm from
hey.
Cleveland.
That's the the night. I'm from Cleveland.
I don't know. I'm from Cleveland.
That's
from
the
Cleveland, no
episode title. DMs After Dark presents Pine Island. I'm from Cleveland, bitch.
Hashtag
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm from Cleveland.
Oh, we apologize to
The
our Jets
last-
and our Cleveland listeners.
Yeah, all Chets from Cleveland. We apologize.
We love you. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, what do you guys do as he's just like are you trying to get him off of you, WB?
Yeah, I'm freaking out right now.
Okay.
All right, Chet's gonna just go into like football mode,
Stop,
And
drop,
just,
and
like,
roll.
run over there and
Tackle.
just like throw him on the ground and like try rolling around. So what do you want me to roll?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
like
that's
stop,
power.
drop, and roll right now.
Power.
I mean,
I
like, so in a conflict, like, this isn't a conflict rule, but basically, you use an appropriate stat, and based on that, you'll deal harm or what have you. This isn't what you're going for at the moment.
2 4s.
2 4s. Yeah,
I just like
you
power
easily-
slam this kid.
Yeah, you just
Boom.
like highlight tackle, right? Of like just like
Whack.
throw on up, just lift him up and slam him to the ground.
He's like, get him off, bro. And then I'm just like hitting him to get him off.
We didn't talk about health pools because
I'm
it's
from
gonna come
Cleveland,
up.
bro.
Foundlings. So WB.
They call that the Cleveland Steamer. Right now.
No. If anything, you're taking them to Cleveland, man. Cleveland. Like the old Pathfinder 3.5 feet. Never mind.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Great to Cleve.
Clevington. Great
I
Cleve
got
to
the
you.
steamer reference.
Thank you.
Troy, you are a foundling. What is your power? What is your power stat?
1.
Oh, but you can also use speed. So you have a health pool of equal to 3 plus your speed. So you have
Okay.
six hit points roughly. Futures have 4 plus their power. So Belladonna, you only have 5,
I have 5, yeah.
and
I got 6.
Chet, you have 6.
Mhm.
Wait, 7. It's 4 plus your power.
I have 2 power 2.
Oh, I thought you had 3 power. Okay.
Yeah, that's my speed.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's right. You're speedy. Okay, so 6 as
Jet
well.
the jet,
So
baby.
Dude, WB's a little tank. He can take a beating. But Chet, I think that
I mean,
that's
two
gonna hurt.
military parents. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that.
Oh.
Oh man.
Ooh.
I think that
Ow.
regardless, that's going to be 1 damage, even though he wasn't intending to like really hurt you. So you take one harm from that.
Get the breath
WB.
knocked out of you.
Yeah.
Down to 5, bro.
Oof, rough. So yeah, you get knocked over, and then both of you, those like lights from his arm, just kind of like in chat. What do you do when you're blinded by that?
I'm just like, what? I was trying to like hit him to get him off of him because I thought they were on his body, right?
Yeah, they are. They are stuck to him.
Jet's over here.
I'm like rolling
Punching his
around, like,
arm.
come on, get it off, man. And I'm like hitting him. Yeah, I am. I'm
you know
hitting
what?
him.
From
Okay.
Cleveland, bro.
I like that. I think that with you said 2 4s.
I rolled 2 4s, yeah.
Oh, so you got a critical.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that with that, you do manage to like pull them off of his body. But they are still like floating in the near distance, just kind of like, and all of a sudden there's more of them. Miranda and Belladonna. Belladonna, you're with Miranda, watching Chet just spear young WB. What do you do?
Core.
Okay. Hold on. Off at the kid. She just like looks at the.
Talking to the spirits more.
She just like looks at the things and just goes, "Hi."
Okay, immediately behind you, you just hear, "Hi," and Miranda just goes, "Holy shit!" And there's just this little girl, and she's just holding a lantern, and all of a sudden, the light just kind of, yeah, like directly behind you, just a little girl.
Hey.
Did we see this once we get?
Yes, you do, and there is all of a sudden, flashlights. Who still has flashlights?
I have one. Yeah.
The 2 of you. All right, so Chet, you just tackled WB to the ground. I think that in doing this, like you needed both hands to kind of just like pull the things off of him. So that's how you see her. Is you're like, hi. The light from Chet's flashlight once again, like sucked out of it, right into the lantern right behind you. You, Miranda, slowly turn. She's just like, hello.
Bro.
Hey. Are you lost? Do you want to come back to camp?
Yeah, and she just goes like, no, I'm looking for my dolls. And then all of a sudden, like hanging from like trees all around you guys, and lights just like illuminating them all in like this very creepy pine clearing. She just says like, have you found my doll?
We saw some in the trees
Yeah.
back there.
She just goes, those are my dolls that I've made, but they're not the doll that I lost.
Okay. Where did you last see it?
Yeah, she kind of just like creepily points, and all of you hear like this, yes, exactly. Do you want to be my doll? Yes, kind of. Is what she's getting at here. And she just points, and all of you just kind of like look, and you hear like you hear another weird sound. It's like the creaky wagon wheels. And you all look, and like lights begin like trailing down another path that none of you are familiar with.
Yo, Donna, Bella, like, I don't think we should. I don't think we should go down the creepy ghost girl's path. Just saying.
Are you still on top of me? Like, are you
No,
still
I think I
physically-
like kind of like got off you once anything like, and I think it just like grabbed you and picked you up. Actually,
Yanked him up.
It just like yanked
Okay.
him up to his feet.
I'm thinking like the flight or fight thing kicks in again, and like in my like out loud, but in my head also. Again, I say like the best defense is a good offense, and I'll just like really quickly, I'll just lunge at this lady with my like fucking multi-tool.
So I want to say that I had my arm on his shoulder, and I'm just gonna like yeet him back.
Well,
Okay.
what I want,
If I can.
I want a contested power roll. Both of
Alright.
you roll power.
Okay. I only have one.
God.
Right. So here goes.
Oh damn!
Uh-oh.
I
I
got
might-
3.
I'm gonna use one of my rerolls from that we
Okay.
From
got
Doc?
Your
Okay.
cleats. Okay.
from Doc. Yeah,
The cleats, they dig in.
a 4 and a 1. Whew.
Okay.
All right. So the cleats
All right.
dig in, and I'm just like, yo, what the hell, weirdo? And
Yeah,
I
he
just like
just
pull him
lunges.
back.
But the lunge is enough to be a sign of aggression. And all of a sudden, these dolls are like the dolls all begin shaking, and like the sticks like all around here, lights begin going, and in a big flash, that girl is gone. And all of you are standing here in a dark clearing, and all you hear is of the dolls.
We need to get out of here now.
We
Alright,
need to
alright,
get back
alright.
to the cabins.
Listen, first of all, freak, stop fucking stabbing things and stop stuck and running off. All right.
He also specifically said that his multi-tool did not have a knife.
No,
All of a
it
sudden it
does
became
have
a
a
knife.
knife, but I
Oh,
can't
okay.
use it like a knife.
Oh,
To
God.
give
In all
you, like,
fairness-
Oh,
a-
mechanically.
Yeah, they all do have knives.
Yeah, they do.
So listen, like, all right, we gotta stay together, okay? They're
Okay.
running off, buddy system, just like Coach says. Everybody grab a hand, all right?
Where's Miranda?
Oh, sorry. Yes, excellent.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because the highest. Oh no, there was a 4, but it was when you pulled back. You know what? I love that. Miranda is gone. And you all see that, and now the only person left with a flashlight is Bella. She's just like,
Miranda?
Yep. And you just hear a cry in the distance.
Does it sound like Miranda?
Yes.
Because Bella knows Miranda.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
That's my girl.
All right, we're going. Let's go.
All right. And she just grabs
We
a
need to get
hand.
back
She
to
doesn't
camp.
know whose it
We need to
is.
get back to camp. We need to get more people.
Oh no! Time out. Bella just said she grabs a hand. She doesn't know whose it is. I need another speed roll.
Yeah, yes. Because I'm just gonna yank him out of the
Like,
way
yeah,
and
you-
make sure it's me this time. 2 4s.
All right, we got a critical.
You won.
All right.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
so
Full Moon
this-
Dice.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah,
I got
I'll
I'll
one
just
four.
pull him back and put my hand.
32-year-old.
All right, and that with that, maybe is that a connection? Maybe.
I don't
Did you
know.
make
Is there a
connection with
spark?
Somebody you like?
Do we meet eyes when we hold hands, Belladonna? I'll leave
No, she's
entirely.
panicking looking for her girl.
Okay, not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
So you're all listening and trying to just locate by sound the sounds of Miranda's crying, but she's crying out loud and often because she's scared. And I think that you can easily kind of triangulate where to go. You're
Okay.
running through the brush. Who's leading? Bella?
She's got the light. It's Bella.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's probably
Bella.
it's Bella, Chet.
Then Chet in the middle,
And
and
then
then
WB.
Get back.
Yeah.
All right.
WB.
Back.
I do need Bella to roll me a power check to just literally power through brush and understory.
Can I aid in that?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that. I not rolled one? Yeah.
Uh-oh. So that doesn't look good. A 1?
3.
A 3? Okay. So yeah, you start like running and you feel like Chat's like, oh no. And he like pulls you up to the side and you were about to run right through some like rose bushes with like tons of like or like raspberry bushes and just get torn up.
He plays defense too, so he's pushing behind the lineman that's pushing
Yep.
getting
Bella,
that extra yard.
Bella, you do take 1 damage from just getting slashed by some like, briar and stuff like that. But Chet saves you from running right into a much, much worse uncomfortable situation.
Thank you. Okay.
And all of you skid as like you're running and you're listening for the sounds of the screams and the sounds of the screams and the sounds of the screams, and a bunch of lights kind of just like light up, and you come to an area and you find yourself in front of some abandoned cabins. You guys have run somehow all the way to like an abandoned outpost here somewhere on Pine Island. And like half of them have like fallen in on themselves, moss covered, old wood, etc. Right, all this stuff. And standing on like a little porch of one that has not fully collapsed in on itself is just this little girl, and like the lights have like illuminated a bunch of like a similar clearing to what you have back at camp, right? In the center, there's like a little depression area, and she's just standing there. Go ahead.
What time does my Garmin watch say it is?
You check your Garmin watch. Let's say it is
3 a.m. Witching hour.
3 a.m. is the witching hour. Perfect.
Yeah. What time did we wake up? That's something that WB would have made a note of.
Probably about 40 minutes ago. Like just after
We've
2.
been out, guys. We've been outside for almost an hour.
Yeah.
Actually, I say almost 3/4 of an hour because that's oddly specific.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And standing in the midst of these mossy, overgrown, falling apart. 5 minutes. What time is it? 5 minutes to you dead suckers. Southern poet. Standing there just with a lantern in her hands and like lights everywhere in this little depression, floating, held up by a lot of these lights is Miranda. And she's just like, help.
Bella she puts a flashlight into her little baggie.
Okay.
Turns it off and puts it in her little baggie. And
there is light.
Yeah, so she knows she doesn't need it. And she saw Chet just kind of pull them off the WB, so she kind of just like that. Like that's like she knows Miranda. Miranda's good, so she just reaches forward to try and grab one.
Okay. You reach forward to grab one of the lights. Go ahead. Roll speed, because this is going to determine how quickly your reflexes are. And I like that the 2 speediest characters are standing back like, oh shit.
Actually, I was going to run up and do the same actually.
4.
But yeah.
Okay. All right. So Chet, you run in as well. Hands held, right? So she starts to run. You're not letting go.
No.
WB, do you hold hands still?
No. What WB does is he's scoping out his surroundings. He's looking for some sort of topographical layout, some sort of terrain advantage. He's looking for
Chet and Bella are the impulsive ones.
Yep. Yeah, there's definitely some downed pieces of like building that have fallen that you can get good cover from. You know what? And like I think this is probably what an 11-year-old would think like. There's definitely like think like every video game you've played where you have to like sneak from like one piece of cover to the next. There's definitely like a perfect little thing of that.
Hell yeah.
For you to.
That's what WB is doing.
I would like you to roll speed as well then. And Chat, what did you get for your speed?
I rolled a 3 and 2 ones, so I rolled a 3.
3 and 2 ones. Okay, so you get a 3.
I rolled a 1, a 4, and a 2. So
okay.
4.
So yeah, while these 2 are running for Miranda herself, the 4 gets you, WB, pretty close to the porch that this little lantern girl is standing on as she's focused on them. Bella, I don't know. You don't know what it is. Maybe you think it's the bracelet. You grab one of these and yank it right off of her. And like you're starting to grab them and it doesn't stick to you. You throw it and it's gone. Chet, you grab one and you pull it and it sticks to your hand and you're like, oh God. Oh, what is this? You're getting them off of her slowly.
Great stuff. WB in 2 turns, suppressing fire.
Yeah. Oh, look at this old abandoned campground just happens to have. Oh, look,
A
guns.
Glock.
Um,
Yeah. Glock.
Fucking Glock.
WB pops up a sniper rifle.
You
I
said
think-
you were from Cleveland? Throws Glock.
I think
That he knows how to use. Gotta use it sideways though. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh no,
Oh, we're awful.
Cleveland, don't hate us.
I'm so sorry, Cleveland.
I have no problem with you, Cleveland.
Absolutely none.
No,
Yeah,
not at
please
all.
don't shoot us.
All right, so jeez. As you're all pulling these will-o-wisps off of Miranda as she's doing this, you get most of them off, and then the lantern girl panics and looks over. And WB, you've gotten close enough. In a panic state, you know how she can siphon light back to her lantern? She does so. Miranda attached to at least another globule or two of light as and shrinking to the size of this lantern inside of this little glass old lantern. You hear a scream muffled from the inside of this lantern, and it is your friend Miranda.
What the fuck?
Shit.
What did you do to her?
And she says, I need a doll.
You have dolls.
I have sticks.
I have sticks and wax.
If you let my friend go, I will go back to camp and I will get you a doll from the camp store.
And she says, that is not my doll.
Neither is Miranda.
And then she says, I need a doll. It's been so long.
Where is it?
And basically, once again, you hear like the creaking wagon wheels, like not far from this site.
Okay. I'll go get it.
You're not by yourself. You're not. We're
I'm
all
looking through I'm flipping through my multi-tool to see if I can find something that would be of use.
The doll tool.
The doll tool.
It's a doll just slips out of the multi-tool.
I don't know what to do.
This is one of the really good ones. It has a doll too. Quick. Those Swiss Army knives. You'll never know what they put in them.
We just see WB like hastily whittling a small doll.
Oh my god.
just shavings.
Did she have bangs? Yes. Okay.
Yes, okay.
He whittled some bangs on this bitch.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
Okay, so
We have someone we have to yeet in chat, Sarah.
Done.
There you go. Yeah.
Wait, you guys don't want to buy followers?
Bot spam.
You know what I do, Rene?
Swiss Barbie knife from
That's awesome.
Otter Poet. Amazing. What's up, Drake?
Rene, I think I feel like I've seen this on Bear Grylls somewhere, that like a shoelace comes in handy. I start unlacing one of my boots.
Okay.
I was afraid for a moment you were going to drink your pee.
I find a dead camel and I crawl.
Bear Grylls
into
is like,
it.
I know what to do. I'm just going to pee into this and drink it.
I just want to say I have every fucking season of Man vs. Wild on Blu-ray. I
love that
Bear
show.
Grylls.
That was a
That's
great
my
show.
God.
Yeah.
I also have his autobiography, Mud, Sweat, and Tears. Fantastic book. Just saying.
Okay, so you have a shoelace that you've untied. While you're doing this, and while you know what's happening is like she's just holding it, and like you see Miranda, and she's like frantically banging against like the glass of this
Right.
lantern that this girl is holding. I think that she just kind of like looks and she just like taps at it. Bella and Chet, you're gonna run for it? Is that what like you guys are gonna?
We're going to run down the path, right?
She's gonna look to WB first and just go, you coming with us, or are you gonna keep an eye on
Yo,
Miranda?
you don't see WB.
Yeah,
He's
WB.
hiding.
Yeah, all of you have
Sneaking.
realized that WB is snuck off somehow, somewhere, some way.
WB?
I've got my shoelace in my mouth. I'm like untying my shoe and shit.
Where are you, you little fucking weirdo?
All right. She looks at Miranda and she goes, "We have to go find this fucking doll."
All right, let's do it. He'll
That's
be
my
fine.
girl.
His dad was like a fucking seal or something. Let's go.
All right.
Oh god damn it, you bastard! What an
WB.
insult!
She
WB
looks,
just like
a huge
looks off
insult.
into the distance
Yeah.
again.
she looks at the little. She looks at.
Yeah. Upon hearing that, he says, "Green beret."
She looks at the little girl and she goes, "Okay, look, I'm gonna go try and find your doll. Hold on." And she grabs her tarot cards and she just starts flipping through them.
Oh.
Now, this is something I discovered while we were doing this stream.
Whoa.
There is a specific card art that I cannot believe I just came across while we were doing this, and I have to find it now because because of this art, I have made it canon that this is the exact deck that she has.
Okay.
And she flips through.
Can you show it on stream?
Yes.
It's
And
not
I'm
one
going
of
to.
the, not one of the lewd ones.
No, it's not one of the lewd ones.
Ooh, not lewd.
And she goes through and she reaches through her deck and she holds out a card to the little girl and just goes, "Look, it's you, right?"
Oh.
Whoa.
That's
Seeker?
literally her.
What? And
That's
it's even
a
called the
shadow?
Seeker?
It's called the Seeker.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I found this midstream and I was like,
crazy.
I have to use this this way. So she just, "Look, you're in my deck. Okay? We're gonna help you. You're gonna give me my friend back. Okay?"
She says, she looks and she says, "This is why my lights did not affect you." She says, "I trust you,
Okay.
but I will be gone in a few hours." And she looks up at the night sky.
Okay. We're gonna find your doll. You're gonna give me my girl.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I want to know what Bella and Chet are doing to find the doll. And I want to know what WB is doing.
WB has no idea what he's doing. he's got one of his bootlaces in his mouth and his fucking.
He's like trying to tie a
out.
doll.
Probably made his way to the corkscrew. He's like, "What the fuck is this for?"
Actually, that's a funny idea. Is that like you have shoelaces?
Yeah.
There's moss, there's wood, there's like stuff around here. Like, is he trying to build a doll? Like, I was joking about whittling, but like, is he gonna like? I mean, that's probably not what an 11-year-old boy
He
thinks to do.
does. Here's the thing. He does like whittling. I did tell you that he likes whittling. So
You did say this.
Maybe. I mean, I don't. Do we want to make it a little closer to the rated R, and he finds like a small animal? Like,
Oh my gosh, no.
you know
No, you
what I
don't start
mean?
to-
Like, no, we
No,
don't.
I don't.
Okay,
think you
I'm just
start
saying.
carving up an animal. I don't think so.
Okay, all right, I'm just saying.
Dude, I literally work out in swamps and woods and stuff like that, and I've never been so close to an animal that I could just grab it and start going to town on it. So I think that you'd be out of luck.
All right.
Well,
All right, I'll allow it.
you did say you like trapping and hunting. Do you want to set a trap with your shoelaces or something like that? Like for the girl? I don't know. Do you want to lasso the lantern?
I guess here's the thing, right? The best
Wanna lasso that
defense
lantern?
is- I guess I'll set like a snare. Can I make a snare with my shoelaces? I don't know if that's doable. I mean,
you could. It's about placement, and I mean that wouldn't be a very inconspicuous snare, but you could. I mean, you could do it.
I guess I'll do it. I mean, that's all I've got. I mean,
well, you were the one who started pulling off shoelaces. I thought you had a plan.
no, I had no plan. I just remembered Bear Grylls said shoelaces were important. I don't remember what he used them for.
Just
Right,
channeling
boy.
inner
Like-
Bear Grylls. Okay. Wait,
Yeah,
as
I
WB
will-
or as Troy? Like you're just like I remember
Both. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, that's
I'm gonna
funny.
no. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to when I see the other guys book it, I'm going to. You know what I'm gonna do? So both of my parents have traveled like all over the place, right?
mhm.
Like all over the world to different cultures, to different
Mhm.
countries, this and that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna offer my shoelace as a token. to this lady, and then I'm gonna follow them into the woods to try to find this doll. This is
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is a peace offering, and I'm gonna set it down, and then I'm gonna run with the rest of them. Set my
Like a
shoelace
peace knot?
down. That's what
You
I'm
tie
gonna
it
do.
into a peace knot?
offering.
Yeah.
Please don't
Peace
kill
knot.
me. Here's a shoelace, and then I'm gonna run.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
sure.
done.
She looks down at it and like cocks her head. And Miranda's just like, "You're really weird, kid."
I'm dead.
Okay. So we'll say that WB will eventually catch up to the two of you, but for the moment, we have hands held, running through, following these blinking lights in the woods. Chet and Bella.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
You
she.
think you stole the girl, but I'm going for Miranda. I'm going for the bigger prize.
Real?
Wow.
No, he's 11. That's about.
Fair enough.
I am 11.
Puberty's just starting to take hold.
I want that clip forever with Troy. Just I'm 11.
256.
I got it.
Yeah.
All right. So Chet and Bella, what's the plan?
So she is basically sweeping the ground with her flashlight,
Okay.
trying to look for a doll. And if any of the spirits, like the will-o-wisps, are there, she will actually call out to them and be like, "Can you lead me to the doll?" Because at this point, she's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
you
just
guys-
"All
like-
of my spooky stuff is real."
yeah, and you guys are following not only the lights but like the creaking of wagon wheels, the
Yes.
horse hoofs, like the phantom hoof beats that you guys are hearing.
Otter Poe and I are talking tarot. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, I love it.
Homies.
I'll have to grab mine later.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like calling out to them, like where was it? Where is it? And yeah, like eventually they all kind of and like they just pile up. And they pile up on a patch of nothingness. Like it's not just on the ground.
Buried.
But I'm thinking the same thing.
All right. I'll just start digging.
Yep. And
Hands
she'll-
or cleats?
I'll start with cleats. Just kick some ground out like a chicken.
Yeah.
Like just.
Go ahead and roll power.
Yeah, I was gonna. Can I help? Because she's
yeah.
actually gonna try and dig in with her freaking nice ass
Absolutely.
nails and
roll
get
an
in there.
additional D4.
All right,
Yeah, because I got a 3 and a 1 so far. So
I got a 2.
Okay, so a 3. So you guys are digging and you guys are getting there. As you're pulling and pulling and pulling. I think that what happens is the will-o-wisps are, but they're what is it? We said it was around 3 in the morning. It's probably still just around there. Not enough time has really passed for any of this to matter. 3 is a success, but there's a complication. You do. Oh, you know what it is? You hit it. And it's a wooden doll, like an old, like it had to have been made of wood, right? It's a little rotted. And like all the stuff is a little broken. You reach down, one of you hit it, and you go to pull it, and you just pop it, and it breaks in half.
oh shit.
Yeah. And you have 2 pieces of this doll.
If
This is
only
cool.
we had a master whittler
Or shoelaces.
with a shoelace. I still have 1 shoelace, motherfucker.
Okay. So if we show this to her, I can, and she lets us. I have stuff in my cabin that can fix this.
All right,
Or
cool.
hell,
Yeah.
I know they've got glue in like the arts and crafts room. We can
Yeah.
get. They have to have wood glue here, right?
Crafts cabin.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We used to glue the
Okay.
fucking macaroni to the plate. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The youngest person in this game is like 7 or 8. They're making macaroni plates.
I don't know.
Oh, I know. I love it.
Okay.
WB Mason catches up at this point. He's missing a boot.
I was gonna say
perfect,
I wanted
perfect.
you
Yo.
to roll to see if you lost a boot, but I just love that you lost
No,
it.
I'm
Kid.
missing a boot.
Listen.
And I'm just like,
this is.
and then I
yo,
take a few deep breaths and I go, never let them see you winded. And I compose myself.
Yo, kid.
And
listen.
I go,
All right.
is
Listen.
that the doll?
Yeah. Can you tie it back together? We broke it.
I'll see what I can do. I start unlacing my other boot.
All right, Troy, I want WB to make a, what do we think? Is this brains?
Yeah, brains.
Can
Yeah.
I
I
think
just
brains.
for a stupid amusing and flavor for him to start untying and Bella just like, you're taking too long, and just be on the ground and untie his boot in like 5 seconds
Yeah.
because she
'cause
knows how to delace things.
so many. Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
and just yanks it out here.
Again, WB Mason moves uncomfortably. He's like, oh my god, this is oddly attractive. Grabs the shoelace. All right,
okay.
I'm gonna make a brains check to see if I can tie this doll together.
Yeah, and I think that what did we say for your multi-tool? It was like 1 free reroll. So if you don't like your final result, you can reroll.
One time.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
think that you're using your tool, you're using your
Yeah.
shoelaces. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
So I got a 2 for my first roll. I got a 4 for my second. So I mean, I think we're good.
Yeah, we got there.
In a 1. Yeah,
Okay.
so 4.
Not a
we're
crit,
good.
but a 4.
all right. So yeah, you you managed to tie this thing back together. Yeah, you like carve a few pieces off so that way, like, you know what I mean, like the worst of like the molding and stuff like that is gone.
Can I kind of like take a peek at Belladonna and see if she's digging this ruthless efficiency?
She looks nervous as hell.
I'll take it.
Nervous at how into WB she is. You mean?
Yeah, right, exactly.
She
Kidding.
is thinking of her friend.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You just
Okay.
watched her friend get sucked into a
Into
you
a
know, like-
lantern.
You know, like when you have those like friends that you only see at camp, but when you're at camp, you're like tight.
Oh yeah.
Like that's Bella and Miranda. Like they
Yeah.
do not run in the same social circles. Bella's a great older than her, but like they're camp homies.
Okay.
How typical of an 11-year-old boy though? Christian, think way back eons ago,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
11-year-old
Eons ago.
boy. Like,
Eons
bro,
ago.
someone
Okay.
gets sucked into a lantern in real life, but you're putting together this wooden doll with a fucking shoelace, and you're like, yo, is she looking at me though? Like, we got bigger fish to fry here.
Priorities,
What's
priorities.
thinking?
All right.
Oh,
So you guys can return to and like we'll say that like it takes like 15 20 minutes to get there, 15 10 minutes to dig it up and pull it out. It's like 4 a.m. by the time you guys get back here. Not quite dawn on the horizon kind of thing yet, but you guys are getting there, and she's standing there, and Miranda is just like slumped sitting in this lantern very awkwardly as you arrive with the doll. Who's carrying it?
Bella would have tried
Belladonna.
to take
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah. That's totally.
Yeah,
her fault.
not me. Not
Yeah.
me.
Right.
So she just holds it up. This yours?
She looks and she just says like, yes.
Okay. Can I have my friend back?
And she goes, of course. And she opens like the little metal latch of the lantern and opens it, and like lights pour out of it and grow and glow, and all of a sudden like standing there full sized back to normal is Miranda.
Speed check. Fucking speed check. Opposed to Christian's speed check
For
to catch Miranda as she appears in full size.
yes, no, I love that because she's definitely going to faint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christian.
I actually then I think no. I think that no. I'm going to make my move on Belladonna. I'm just going to hang back.
Yeah.
Chet has
Okay.
kicked. Chet
I'm gonna
has
see.
picked
I'm gonna see what
girls.
happens. I'm gonna see what happens
baby.
with Belladonna.
All right. Well,
Let me
so
see
now,
if I
so,
need to
so now it's a
use my
speed
reroll.
roll if she hits the ground or hits your arms.
I love it.
There we go.
All right, first one's a 3, so we're looking good so far. 1, not as good. 4. Fuck
Nice.
yeah.
You know, and
Got
you know what
it.
happens is,
Got it.
you're so fast, you kick your other boot off, and it just flies through the air.
It just goes flying and just
Socks only as you and you catch her as she falls, and she and she hits the ground, and she looks over and she's just like, "Thanks, Scout Boy."
who but WB Mason.
No, stop.
Otter Poet, thank you for the
Thank you.
reroll.
Thank you, Otter Poet.
Oh,
Just in
my
case, now we
goodness.
fear.
Oh my goodness.
But
Yes.
I love it.
so Bella just kind of walks up and offers it. She goes, "It fell apart a little because of how long it's been, but we tried to put it back together."
says, "It's okay.
Okay.
It's here." And she holds it, and like the decades of just rot and abandoned and buried and just decay that this thing has suffered just kind of like chip away, and like the underneath of it, like light is coming from within the doll itself, as like flaking off in like ashes and embers and small little motes of light as this doll is restored to like its perfect day one built state. And like this creepy little girl in her dirty colonial dress, looking like a little
Bridget.
looking like a little Bridget, is just standing there, and motes of light begin coming off of her and floating and spiraling in the sky as for but a moment, reunited with her doll, this small girl smiles. Motes of light just kind of like light this abandoned camp, and for a moment you see what it looked like when she should have arrived here. And you see the sadness that followed her death and everything like that. But she hugs her doll and she smiles at you and she winks at WB. No.
I look at fucking whatever her name is, Melanie or whatever the fuck.
Miranda.
I go, she's got both my shoelaces.
And
Doc, I forgot. No, that was Rene. I thought that was Doc because I saw the blue tech. That'll feel so good, WB.
Thank you.
Sorry, that's fucking hilarious.
As full Infinity War. Just smiles, the lights, and all of a sudden, like all of those lights dim. All those lights dim around here. It's back to the abandoned camp, and the last light remaining is this little girl with her doll reunited, as it, much like the sparks and embers from when Todd dropped the log into the fire when he told this story, into the sky.
Good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
WB, you got a marker on that thing? Please tell me you do for rule of cool purposes. Trust me on this one.
Oh, I've got a marker.
Yeah.
She takes it. She flips through a deck. She pulls out the seeker. And right in the middle of it, she writes, Isabella Carey. And then she passes it to everyone and makes them put their name on it.
Oh, awesome.
Fuck yes!
That's awesome.
And when all of our names are on it, she takes the card, she walks up to the porch where the little girl was, and just sticks it so it's just barely sticking out between two floorboards.
And actually, WB earned it for fixing the doll when no one else could. He got his badge. And
Nice.
Chet holding the hand, made his move, made his pick. Wow, that is awesome, Sarah.
Yo, and how
That's
about
such a good ending?
the next year? There's another signature on it. And it's
Ooh.
the fucking little girl in the woods.
And it's I was just gonna say it's no camper on any registry.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because absolutely the sequel is the four of them go back to check out the cabin.
Yeah. Oh, and her name is definitely Yuka Cornelius.
It's definitely you.
Oh, please, Yukon was my father. Let's seriously, I'm just gonna pull straight from Rudolph. It's Clarice Cornelius.
Oh, perfect. It is Clarice
Nice.
Cornelius. Thank you for actually knowing.
Listen, I know that movie.
Oh man, that was such a thank you, Sarah, for that amazing
Yeah, that was
Amazing.
great, Sarah.
That
The
was
moment
so good,
happened
Sarah.
Doing your
and
goal,
the
yeah.
fact that it matched my card like I can't get over that.
I love that you had this tarot deck. I love that we just decided to make it a supplementary thing in the game,
Crazy,
and it
crazy.
worked out so well.
I literally
So
I was like,
good.
oh, this will just be fun to play like a character that's like into this, because I was like, I'm just gonna play like the cool kid I wished I was when I was that young. And then like, because not only I didn't realize this until Otter pointed it out. So this card is normally called the Hermit.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a
Deck
hermit. I don't
changed
have
it
a
to the
seeker.
Seeker.
No
And the
shit.
fact that it's a woman in a long robe with a
How
lantern.
crazy is that?
It's amazing.
That's nuts.
God damn.
So, and it's
Okay,
like,
I changed my mind about cards, Rainy.
Yeah, well,
tarot cards are the sickest shit ever.
To be continued. The card rant.
I will.
we'll
I
run
will
a card game on stream sometime. That'd
I
be
will
great.
Yeah,
send
well, I'll
this
do it.
in the chat so that you guys can see the full art, and then we can post this on the Instagrams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Listen,
Definitely.
Sarah,
Yes, that's perfect for it.
if
That's so
that
cool.
wasn't your like beloved, cherished tarot card deck, if we all sign that shit, bro.
Nah, I can't.
No.
I
That's
know,
totally
I know.
fine.
I'm just
That
saying.
was such a
in
cool
different
moment, though.
world.
So smart. To
It
So
felt
good. That was so good.
right.
nice. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Beautiful.
I
Oh
hope
my
that
God.
I hope that made Pine Island seem like a fun game.
That was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Pine Island was so good, bro.
Ah!
So good.
Ah,
Yeah, where it'll be
Holy
coming out in
shit.
August. We're getting a little bit of art done by a local artist. We have 9 other prompts besides the Lantern Girl to make your summer terrible in the best way. We have locations around camp that could be really interesting to explore and use in your stories. The mechanics, we kind of let the tarot do a little bit of things, but like for the most part, you saw how easy it was to just roll D4s and
D4s,
determine,
yeah.
how things go.
And it has it's a game with a very high success ratio because it's
It
you know
does.
you 50% of the time, even if you just have one die, which is your worst possible stat, 50% of the time
50%.
you're going to be succeeding at least at a cost. And with multiple dice, I mean, look how often we rolled 4s.
Yeah.
At least once. You have a
but
25%
it didn't
chance.
feel
on it.
like it was like too easy. Like there's
No.
always a risk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
normally,
it doesn't feel too easy, but it also felt like it didn't feel like we always reference Bluebeard's Bride as the ultimate like kick in the face game where
Yeah.
the deck is stacked against you and it's awful.
Yeah,
Well,
it
that's
wasn't
very
quite that bad.
purposeful, yeah.
Which is totally appropriate for that game,
Right.
Right.
But and it's, you don't want to feel like you're always failing, especially as kids in camp.
Yeah, and in this
Yeah.
game, that's exactly it. Like we talked about it in our resolution mechanics episode that dropped today. You want the game to provide an experience that feels right for the story you're telling. This is a summer camp horror game. Even in your R-rated games, if you want campers to potentially die because it's very dangerous, I could still have done that. With the 3s, I could have just made those every will-o-wisp pulse. I had a note on my thing here that those burn you. Those could have dealt damage every single time. That didn't
Right.
feel like the kind of story we were telling with this as we started doing it. So I avoided that and I just made it more of a
It was
scare you.
weird and uncomfortable.
It was a weird and uncomfortable thing. But yeah, like
Yeah, that
with
was
this,
good, bro.
with this, you could definitely make every complication just wear down the campers physically, down their health pool. You could do this how you want. But again, like Christian said, it's a summer camp game. In the end, I mean, you are playing young campers. You want to succeed. You want these people to get out of this and have this terrifying story to tell. So I hope that everybody who checks this out checks out the game. It'll be on DriveThru.
And then as
RPG.
soon as it is live, we will share it on all of our social media
Yeah.
so folks can check it out and
Yes.
play for themselves.
And
And if you
You
do,
know-
let us know how it goes, please.
Yes,
Yes, please
please
tell
let us know.
us.
Here's the other thing too. If you enjoyed watching this stream, and if you have not checked out our Kids on Bikes game,
Yeah.
also run by Rene, there were a lot of kind of similar vibes and feels. And if you liked this, you would love the Kids on Bikes game that we ran.
I have a
Rene.
style.
That
all
was
right?
so
Like,
good.
I have a style.
Not a bad thing at all.
No, I know.
No,
I
it's a
had a
good
blast.
thing. It's a great
Yeah.
thing. So, yeah.
Sweet.
Otter Poet says he wants to share some news, so we're gonna see what he.
Oh
has to
yeah,
say.
what's the news?
We're waiting.
Give us the scoop.
Yeah, we're on a delay, so it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, we're so sorry.
Some news. We got some news.
Whoa!
shit.
That's awesome.
Congrats, Otterpo.
Congratulations.
Nominated for an Emmy.
For what game,
best
Otterpo?
Did
writing.
he name his kid DMs After Dark?
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
Well, look, congratulations. Nominated
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
Emmy
that's
for best writing.
congratulations.
For folks that don't know, Emmys are RPG awards, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
What game was nominated for an Emmy?
Yeah.
Under best writing, let's see what we got here. I'm only gonna share the wink wink good one. Cult. Cult is on there.
Oh,
And
shit.
he's
Oh, that's
the main
awesome.
author right there, Jason.
That's
No
right. That's
shit.
I'm
awesome.
sorry if
man.
I just gave away his
Congratulations.
name. I'll link that out in the podcast and everything. But yeah,
That is awesome.
one of
Oh
our
my god,
yeah.
congratulations, Fred.
Hey, when
Congrats.
you have the vote, when they have the vote that goes out, if it's public, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's
It
a
is,
public.
yeah.
I think
It is
there's a
public.
public.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah,
congratulations,
though.
man. That is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us on this week's episode of DMs After Dark and for the world premiere of Pine Island, the game. So exciting.
Yeah, that is
Um,
exciting.
If
I was
you-
very nervous, but I'm glad that
You
that
did
went.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you did really good.
If you enjoyed what you see here, we stream every other Friday around 7 p.m. EST. So you can give us a follow if you'd like. We are on all of the social medias at DMs After Dark. You can also email us at dmsafterdark@gmail.com. If you do play this game when it comes out, please email us. Tell us your stories. Tell us about your characters.
Yes.
I'd love to hear
Oh
it.
yeah, tell me
We'd
all about
love
your
to hear it.
campers.
Yes.
I want to know.
I cannot wait to see the crazy campers and counselors that come out of this game. So
Hell yeah.
Please make a Todd, and I wanted Todd to get his butt kicked, but make a Todd, kick his butt.
Yeah.
Kick his
Kick
butt.
Todd,
Kick
kick his
Todd's
butt.
ass.
If you enjoy us, we also have a podcast feed that's listed under DMs After Dark, which hosts the audio recordings of all of these episodes, our main podcast, Modified Roles, and my chaotic little side project, 1d6, 1d4, which just happens when the fuck ever. So give our other stuff a listen. We had an episode on resolution mechanics that just dropped today. Last week we dropped the one shot that I ran, Short Order Apocalypse. If you missed the Piss
Yeah.
Falafels, definitely give it a
Oh.
listen.
Piss falafels.
Listen, I described that game as Piss Falafels and
That's pretty much right.
That's pretty good.
So thank you so much for enjoying our chaos. And I personally am not the least bit sorry for tonight, but some of y'all maybe
Same.
should be a little.
I don't know. I'm from Cleveland.
How about this? Yeah,
Cleveland
I'm sorry,
Steamer.
Cleveland.
Sorry, Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Cleveland.
They understand. They get it.
They're like, yeah.
And until next
Yeah,
time,
us too.
until next time, don't follow little girls into the woods.
No, definitely not.
Oh yes, don't do that.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Troy, wait, Troy.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
So
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up for another amazing banger by Lex Blazing Daddy Paul. Touchdown to Heathrow, DP and me, bro. About to hit the club and turn that shit into a freak show. Look through the peephole, everybody geek, yo. Need to get girl with an extremely deep though. C6 midgets that be fighting, juggling. Maybe it's just me, cause my mind is struggling. Babes, boyfriend is acting like a clown. Know what's going down every time that we are down. Take a look through the peephole, yo. Everybody's getting geek, bro. Stop the hate and let them neeks know that we turn the club into a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club, yeah, we turn the club to a freak show. a freak show. Look at Snow White eating rotten apples. Dirty bass that be coming at you. Roller coasters like a supernova. I'm the ringmaster, this my tabernacle. See you screaming, I'm like, what for? Oh, you pop Molly, I got popcorn. I won't wake up on the wrong lawn, so we won't stop. It's a lost cause. Take a look through the peephole. Yo, everybody's getting geek, bro. Stop the hate and let them leaks know that we turn the club into a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club, yeah, we turn the club to a freak show. To a freak show. Freak show.